You know, I used to go to Sweetwater Station.
You guys went to school together. You guys.
That's what you say. I
At
don't.
Weber State.
That's apparently what he says. I had no idea who he is.
He was in the theater program, so you guys must have done something together.
Gary.
Kelso.
No, I don't remember. Nope. I think what I do remember now distinctly is I was the one who threw the beer glass at him.
Now I know.
Now I know, Kelso.
I have a picture of him performing like at a bar. He's got long hair and a big handlebar mustache.
Now this is terrible. If we were in the theater department together, and I have no memory of him, what does that tell you?
Well, and I don't know that he was much of an actor. He was more of a musician, so I don't know if that was different.
He was probably in the musical theater department.
Yeah.
And this will sound terrible, but back then I was a big shot.
You were a big deal at Weber State?
Yes, I was. I was a big deal actor at Weber State College.
You didn't hang out with the musical theater
Well, it's
folks?
It's not that I didn't hang out with them. I just didn't deign to know any of them.
Why would I bother?
Yes. I was caught up in my own world of being the best actor at Weber State at that time.
At least you had that.
Well, it's all I have, Gina. Still to this day, it really is all I have. Is that memory of? I was the only one ever to win. There was an award called the Thatcher Allred Award. No relation to me. He was a theater professor and a literature professor who had passed away, and they gave this award to like the most all around student in the theater department. You know,
yeah.
And I was the only one at the time to have ever won it as a junior, because usually it was given to a senior, and then I won it again in my senior year, and people really didn't like me very much.
Oh, Bill! I found this picture of Daddy Gary. I'm going to post it on Twitter and on my Facebook page.
Send it to me.
Okay.
And I want to see the scar on his forehead where I hit him with a beer glass. I didn't know it was him at the time, but.
I'm going to text it to you right now.
Okay. Now you need to tell you need to have him tell me what sort of productions he was in.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Because then I might remember him. If he was in Man of La Mancha, I might remember him.
Okay, there. I just sent it to you.
Okay. All right.
He might have been in Man of La Mancha.
He might have been. We did. I was because when you went to undergraduate degree in theater, you had to learn how to do everything, kind of.
Sure.
And so I think I was a stage manager for Man of La Mancha, which was a huge production. Big production with a stage that tilted and. You know.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was
a big deal.
It was quite a big deal, and I was a stage manager for it and kept screwing it up, giving the wrong light cues and crap like that.
Bill.
I finally.
Bill, you're ruining Man of La Mancha.
I finally got it after a few tech rehearsals. But
you mean like how I'll actually have this under my belt by next week when Carrie is?
Yeah. Next week you'll be feeling totally comfortable.
Yeah, it'll be solid, and then Carrie's back the week after.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it was. But that's what tech rehearsals are for.
Exactly.
All right. Shall we take a break here? I'm already at the end of my rope.
That's it?
It is a Friday.
And again, there's no air conditioning in here.
Nope.
And I'm getting hotter and hotter and hotter and sweatier and sweatier, and I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
I have bugged our AC guy, but I'm about to go bug him again.
877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Check in with us. We'd like to hear from you in the morning. Maybe you make me feel a little better about being too hot. 877-602-9696. You know, I wish I was saying I'm too hot, meaning that I'm really too good looking, but that's not what I mean.
Bill, you're too hot.
No, it's just I'm sweating and I itch.
Be ready to call in and check in. 877-602-9696.
Or you can text us 33986. So if you would, please. I see John is hanging on there on line 2. We'll get to you in just a second, John. But there are plenty of lines open for you to check in. 877-602-9696 is the number. You can also text us at 33986.
If our phone hangs up on you, please try and call us back. It is not us hanging up on you. Our phone is still a little nitpicky right now.
Because it's too hot. That's the
Probably.
I think it could be. 877-602-9696. Yeah, if it hangs up on you, try again. Or you can text us 33986. Let's go.
Tracy Aviary, bird shows, roaming encounters, nature play, keeper talks. There's always more to see with the visit at Tracy Aviary. Learn more at tracyaviary.org.
The moon is 31% of full. It's a waning crescent moon now. The moon will set today at 3:54 p.m. Oh, by the way, Gina mentioned the solstice, summer solstice. That's actually officially will be at 8:42 p.m. tonight. That's when the first day of summer begins.
Longest day of the year.
Right. Longest day of the year at 8:42 p.m. So it's Friday. It's the 20th day of June in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's hot. 2025. It's take your dog to work day.
I did.
You do. Katie does it every day. It's hey, clear your drains day.
It is?
Yes.
Oh.
Clear your drains.
Drains
I'm gonna go clear a drain in just a few minutes. What are you doing, Bill?
Bill
I
needs
gotta
a
go
long
clear
song.
a drain. I gotta go clear a drain.
Long song to clear a drain.
It's a vanilla milkshake day and ice cream soda day, and it's Queen Amande Day. One of the best pastries ever. Gina, do you even know what Queen Amande means?
I should.
You should.
Get Romina on the phone.
Here it is. It's in the Breton language. The name is a combination of queen, which is cake, and amande, which is butter.
That's exactly what it is.
So it means butter cake.
Oh, I need one.
And this is the butter cake edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson, who ain't here. He's in Japan, I believe, right now.
Yes.
We might be hearing from him a little bit later.
I'm Bill Allred, another Lord of Morning Radio. Gina Barberi, right over there, the lucky woman with 2 dads. Katie, for short, is our fine producer who's running the board and filling in for Kerry, making things roll here, and producing the show as well.
And getting the AC guy on the phone.
You.
Good.
Thank
And
you.
let's see, we have Spencer and Ari.
Yep.
Ari. You need to put an A on that.
I mean, technically, there is an A after it because her real name is Ariana, right? Yeah.
So if I say Aria, that's okay? Okay.
It's her Radio from Hell nickname, Aria.
Aria. All right. So let's go to check-ins
Oh,
here.
we lost John.
877-602-9696.
So we have some texts, I know.
Richard, who's not a dick, checking in. Mike in Nashville checking in with a Charleston update. We did all get sunburn yesterday, unfortunately, but aloe gel is the S. First DMB show is tonight. Hey, Gina, did you go to St. Joseph's in Ogden? I sure did. Jayhawks.
Go Jayhawks.
Let's see, Johnny
Has that
B.
school grown at all? Like when you were there, it was like the senior graduating class was like 30 people.
Yeah, 34.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bigger.
It's up to 41.
Johnny B checking in, listening while munching on a triple chocolate brownie for breakfast.
You do it right, Johnny.
Checking in from Bountiful, I successfully made mac and cheese last night. Does anyone have an extra cheese packet? I used mine already. That's a dig at me. Mishak Averta checking in from a brisk 70 degrees in Heber Valley. That's nice that you're up there because it's like 80 already down here in the valley.
My car thermometer on the way to work said 88.
Yeah.
88 degrees.
Fellow Weber alumni, NP Sam checking in. Bill, you're still a big deal.
Oh, thanks.
Ella the nanny checking in. Karen in the westest of Wendovers disagrees with Bill about seals and crabs.
Well, disagree away.
Ogden Oscar checking in from Terre Haute, Indiana. Go Pacers! Yeah, they kept it alive last
Game
night.
7 on Sunday.
Flying to Utah tomorrow. Looking forward to listening to Radio from Hell live on terrestrial radio.
Who is that?
Ogden Oscar.
Oh, okay.
Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Well, who doesn't celebrate that? Dr. Neil, ready to get this week over with? Let's see. Ranger Kate, good morning. It's finally here. It's finally time for Banff and Jasper after over a year of planning and waiting.
Oh, good. You're on your way to... now, Kate, are you making that whole trip? Are you driving?
That's a long way.
That'd probably, you'd want to take 2 days to do that, I would think.
A little sad hearing about the big rock fall in Banff yesterday. Hopefully you'd cover it in the news.
I didn't see it, but I'll look for it.
Minnie Michelle checking in, gassing up for the day in West Jordan.
What are you doing in there, Bill? I'm gassing up.
Chef Roy checking in. Good morning, Lords and Katie. Thank you all for helping me make it through another week. Joe Dirt, Corbin the Bookbinder, Monty the Mailman, Mikkel of Reno, Mariah from Mitchell checking in. Let's see, Anissa and Sandy packing up for a 4-day camping trip.
So here's what Ranger Kate was talking about. A rockfall in Banff National Park. At least one hiker, maybe others. One hiker was killed.
Oh.
There may be others still missing.
Jeez.
Who were, says, a serious rockfall incident just near Bow Glacier Falls in Banff. There were a lot of hikers on the trail, and there may be people buried in the rubble.
Yikes. Yeah. I hadn't heard of that. About 50 graduating from St. Joe now. My wife teaches at the elementary, and she graduated from
So they went from 34 to 50.
Grown.
Well, and it's because they allow more Catholics into Ogden.
That's what it is.
They used to have a quota on Catholics.
A limit.
Yeah.
Danny in West Valley, queer checking in on my way to work. Brendan from Ogden, save the public lands, please. Yes. Yeah. Probably should talk some more about that in the news, too. Zane of Dallas, guess where my wife is? What? Does she get a frequent flyer pass at the hospital, Zane?
Man.
Hope she's feeling better. Isaac from Vegas checking in. I got a smoking hot wife. Well, good for you, Isaac. Did that just happen in Vegas? Is that what?
Isaac?
Maybe.
Isaac. Only pictures will prove it. Radio from hell at x96.com. We need pictures.
This is John. I keep losing service on my way to Monument Valley, Four Corners, Mesa Verde. Have you ever been down there?
Yeah.
I have. I haven't been there.
I've been to Mesa Verde 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
We used to take motorcycle trips and go down through there, and beautiful, beautiful place.
Checking in from my morning walk around the neighborhood on the side of a mountain from Joyce. Metal Shop Mark. C-Dub from PG says 36 years of listening, been awesome. Ranger Kate, yep, driving over 2 days. Kermit the dog checking in from Dad's bed. And Lacey, Alice, and Lily checking in from Spanish Fork. Looks like everybody is here.
Mostly, yeah.
We can do a little bit of traffic here. Midvale's Rousdower checking in. I-215 north to the 201 westbound looking okay for Friday. Happy weekend there. Right Wing Wade says checking in from I-15 accident. Northbound I-15 by 5th South and American Fork off the shoulder. Infiniteam has already assembled, and you are part of that. Yes, you. Let me know what you're seeing on the roads. Text it to us, 33986.
All right. Well, we're a little early.
Well, it's so call us then. Let's fill some time. 877-602-9696. You know, yesterday there was the accident involving an animal.
Yes.
And
up by Park City.
Moose.
We went back and forth with it. First, some people said it was an elk. Some people said it was a moose.
Right.
In the news today, I'm looking for the story right now. I may not be able to find it until we actually do the news.
But we found out which animal
they
it was.
said it was an elk.
Oh, we have a definitive.
I guess if you trust the I don't know which news report it was, but.
Oh, this is another text in from Tiffany from Midvale. My graduating class was 2. Tiffany, you need to call in and tell us. What, is this a homeschool situation?
Yeah, I was going to say, how?
Were you a polygamist in a polygamous situation?
We need more information, Tiffany.
You can call us at 877-602-9696. And Isaac, I'm still waiting for those pictures of your hot wife. Come on, let's see. Got to prove it.
Bill's not believing it till he sees it.
Let's see if he hasn't sent anything as far as I can see. So.
All right. Well, we can take a break, and then we'll come back and we'll have some big boy news and opinioendo. And then after that, it'll be Frank Chris. They're fine, just fine. And you could call in to win
Monster Jam tickets.
Monster Jam tickets for Frank Chris, where you can guess which celebrity is dead out of the 4. 3 of them are fine. The 4th one is not. And you got to guess which one.
3 of them are fine.
Just fine.
Just fine.
Right.
Right.
It's Frank Chris. Call in 877-602-9696 after these messages and a song and some news.
Have you ever dreamed of becoming a nurse, but didn't know where to start? Whether you need to balance school with work and family demands, or you need additional help.
founded to protest the policies and actions of the second Trump administration. The group organized several nationwide demonstrations starting on February 5th. The group hosted another nationwide protest named No Kings on President's Day. That's the one, on February 17th. Then there was the big one that just happened. The movement continues to hold demonstrations nationwide and is active online locally. It was originally it was started as a Reddit post by a user named Evolved Fungi. And it quickly gained traction on social media. 50501's first protest occurred on February 5, 2025, and it has become huge across the nation.
I don't know if you have the Sim Gill part of this story.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
So the guy that was seen carrying the
Mr. Gamboa,
the AR-15, he's in jail right now. Now, typically, you have to charge somebody. I don't know what the Ed Brass is
some
listening.
number
He'll
of days.
let us know.
It was some number of days.
They have asked for an extension through the weekend because they're interviewing people. They're looking at more video.
An extension so they can continue to hold him.
To hold him without charges.
Yeah.
So
as the Israel-Iran conflict escalates, Donald Trump huddles with his national security advisors to make some kind of a plan. But you know what he does?
What?
He doesn't talk to Pete Hegseth. Nobody's talking to Hegseth, one official said. There's no interface operationally between Hegseth and the White House at all. He was thrown out of the meetings. The former Fox host was included in some decision-making at the beginning, but the cabinet jester soon proved to be unreliable as the Secretary of Defense. After accidentally sharing sensitive war information, Trump's inner circle of national security advisors now includes J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, John Ratcliffe, four-star General Dan Kane, and Michael Eric Kurilla, but no Hegseth. And no Tulsi Gabbard either. No Tulsi Gabbard.
That's interesting.
I think they're both on the outs. Satellite images, the head of Russia's Nuclear Energy Corporation has warned that an Israeli attack on the nuclear power plant in Iran could cause a Chernobyl-style catastrophe.
great.
Yeah. And finally an historical document is up for auction through Bonham's, I guess that's an auction house. It's Einstein's most thorough statement on his involvement with the atomic bomb. Expected to fetch between $100,000 and $150,000 when bidding concludes at the end of June. It's a typed manuscript signed by Einstein, and it contains his essay on my participation in the atom bomb project, his most comprehensive explanation of his role in the bomb's development, written in response to questions from a Japanese magazine after images of atomic destruction were permitted to be published in Japan. They looked at them, and Einstein looked at them. The document opens with Einstein's famous clarification. My participation in the production of the atom bomb consisted in a single act. I signed a letter to President Roosevelt. The letter reveals Einstein grappling with his conscience. I was well aware of the dreadful danger for all mankind if these experiments would succeed, but the probability that the Germans might work on that very problem with good chances of success prompted me to take that step. And that's what a lot of the people who worked on the atom bomb project said. You know, we knew how horrible destruction this was, but we didn't want the Germans to have it first. So Einstein said he had some he always felt guilty and horrible about even his minor participation in it. He said, I made one great mistake in my life when I signed that letter to Roosevelt recommending that the bomb be made. All right, that's it. Sports, weather, traffic.
Federal agents were denied access to Dodger Stadium on Thursday. I don't know if you're going to do this in the news, Bill. After the team confirmed it.
Well, not now.
Oh,
no, go ahead.
After the team confirmed it refused to allow the government vehicles from entering the venue's parking lots.
These are ICE agents, right?
ICE vans and masked agents were spotted posting up outside one of the stadium's lot gates, although it's unclear why exactly they were there. According to the LA Times, agents declined to comment on the details of their presence. The outlet went on to say the federal vehicles attempted to move inside the stadium, but were rejected.
We just wanted to see the game.
Now, Homeland Security says that the presence at the stadium had nothing to do with the Dodgers. ICE is fact-checking the Dodgers statement, saying its agents were never at the stadium. There's video of it.
Yeah.
We were never there.
We weren't there. Well, somebody else was driving our van.
We heard there were some brown people here. We just wanted to check. And they have been doing that at soccer games in Florida. This is not unheard of.
Restaurants from San Diego to San Francisco are closing because they don't have people to work for them.
Yep.
So there you go.
We thought NBA Finals would be final, and they're not. Indiana is fighting hard to stay in the mix. They actually did really well last night. They beat Oklahoma City 108-91, so now everything's tied up at 3 apiece. You're going to have your final on Sunday.
Okay.
And the Salt Lake Bees, they lost last night, Bill, to the River Cats.
Oh, damn it.
They have another chance tonight at 7 o'clock, and they are playing the River Cats all weekend, so you have several opportunities to go root for the Bees. That's your sports weather. It is 81 degrees. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and it's 81 degrees or more in here.
There is a heat warning still in effect and a red flag warning until 10 o'clock tonight, which means it's hot and windy. So just, don't light any fires today. Big change tomorrow, though. 78 for a high tomorrow. 70 on Sunday. Very cool. Sunday's just going to feel great. Then we start warming it back up again through the first part of the week. Traffic, let's see. And northbound I-15 between Park Lane and 200 North will be closed for bridge work at Shepherd Lane. That starts Saturday and goes through 11 a.m. Sunday. Use US 89 and Main Street in Kaysville as a detour. Crash eastbound 4 South 7th East in Salt Lake. The left lane is closed. Crash both directions 20th West, 31st South in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 5th East in American Fork. It is off to the right shoulder. And whatever else you're seeing, you can let us know. 33986. Jerry Seiner Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Seiner difference.
Well, it's time for Frank Chris Presents They're Fine. They're Just Fine, our Dead Celebrity game. Do we have a contestant to play the game?
We do. We've got Rick. Rick, are you there?
Hi, Rick.
Hey, how you doing, Bill, Gina, Katie?
Good morning.
We're fine, Rick. We're just fine. How are you?
I'm fine, just fine.
That's good to know, Rick. What are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm kind of at home today because I had a little injury at work, so just recovering.
You're going to be okay?
Yes.
He's going to be fine.
He'll be
just
fine. He'll be fine. Just fine. Now, Rick.
I'll be fine. Yes.
We're going to play the Dead Celebrity game. Frank Chris could not be with us today. I understand. He was on his way up here to this, and this was late last night. He was on his way up to Salt Lake City, and he was in his electric scooter. By the way, those of you who don't know, Frank Chris is a Grim Reaper. He is, as you would expect a Grim Reaper to be. He's a skeletal figure. He wears the robe. His only difference, he has a scythe as well, but he has an electric scooter that he goes around in, claiming the souls of dead celebrities. He was on his way here, and apparently his scooter had a taillight out.
Oh, that's how they always get you.
So he's right now, he's in,
no.
and then he didn't have his registration, and now he's in a jail in Cove Fort.
And you can't go get him till after you get off the show.
I got to go bail him out, drive down to Cove Fort and bail him out. Anyway, he sent me the list of celebrities anyway, so we can play the game. Rick, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Rick, you're playing for Monster Jam World Finals tickets. They're coming to Rice Eccles Stadium for the first time ever, July 4th and 5th. You can get more information at x96.com.
All right, Rick, because it's Vanilla Milkshake Day and Ice Cream Soda Day, Frank gave me a list of actors in movies with scenes in soda shops or ice cream shops. Here we go. Number 1 is Rowan Atkinson. He played the title roles in the sitcoms Blackadder and Mr. Bean. He also appeared in various films, including the James Bond film Never Say Never Again. He was in The Witches, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Rat Race, and many more. He was the character Mondavarius in Scooby-Doo, the movie with several soda shop scenes. Number 1, Rowan Atkinson. Number 2, Glenn Headley. She was a member of the Steppenwolf Theater Ensemble in Chicago. She co-starred in several films, such as Making Mr. Right, Paper House, Seize the Day, and Nadine. But her role in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Steve Martin and Michael Caine truly launched her career. She was in the movie Dick Tracy, which had scenes in stylized soda fountain settings. Number 2 is Glenn Headley. Number 3, John Davidson, singer, actor, game show host, known for That's Incredible, Time Machine, The Hollywood Squares, and a revival of the $100,000 Pyramid. His film debut was in The Happiest Millionaire with Leslie Ann Warren and Fred MacMurray. He appeared with Leslie Ann again in the one and only Genuine Original Family Band. Mr. Davidson had a small role in Edward Scissorhands, and that had scenes in the local ice cream parlor. Number 3, John Davidson. And finally, Talia Shire, best known for her roles as Connie Corleone in the Godfather trilogy and Adrian Balboa in the Rocky series. On TV, she had roles in Grace and Frankie, Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce, and Abbott Elementary. In Godfather 2, there's a scene from Vito's past set in an old Italian ice cream shop. Number 4 is Talia Shire. One of those actors is dead. Which one is it, Rick?
Let's try number 1.
Rowan Atkinson? No.
He's fine.
No, I'm sorry. Mr. Bean is fine. He's just fine. Blackadder is doing well. But I'll give you another chance, Rick. Listen carefully. Is it Talia Shire, John Davidson, or Glenn Headley?
I'm going to re-guess and say Glenn Headley.
That was you got it on the second try.
She was pretty young, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was only 62. Yeah. She died in 2017. Wasn't she on ER as well, or one of those doctor shows for a while? Anyway, she had a sudden what do they call it?
Aneurysm?
Embolism, I think it said, and in her brain, and she died. So. Well, Rick, there you go. You've won the Monster Jam tickets.
I just wanted to thank you guys for the fabulous gift, because you make a point to make sure everybody says thank you. So I really, really appreciate your program, the caliber of people you are.
All right, Rick, don't go on and on. Come on. I mean, a simple thank you is fine, Rick. You don't have to go on and on like that.
Thanks, Rick.
All right. Thanks, Rick. Hang on the line, and I think Ari will tell you how to get your tickets.
Well, if you bail him out, Bill, if you bail Frank out of jail, he can go check on Anne Murray. She's 80 today.
I was surprised that John Davidson is still with us. He's 83.
Lionel Richie, 76.
Mm-hmm.
John Goodman, 73. So,
well, John Goodman is fine.
He's fine.
He's just fine.
He's fine.
All right, there you go.
Traffic?
Yes. Our friend Sid says police have closed down 4th South near the Stabby Smiths. Large police presence.
4th South and 5th East.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but thank you, Infinity member, for letting us know that. Crash both directions, 20th West, 31st South. This is in Davis County. Crashed northbound I-15, 5th East in American Fork. And like Sid, if you see something you think we need to know about, please text us. 33986 is where you do that. Catch Pierce the Veil Friday, June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater with Sleeping with Sirens and Beach Weather. Get your tickets now at x96.com.
All right, coming up just after these, we've got Sean, who's waiting downstairs. We're going to go grab him in just a second.
Sean Means, you mean?
Sean Means. Mm-hmm. He'll have some movies for us to review, including 28 years later. Sorry. So that's coming up just after these messages. 4.
And we heard from Troy in Santaquin. And he just says, hey, from Santaquin. That's it.
They grow a lot of hay in Santa.
Do they?
Santaquin, yeah. I know that. It's probably why he said, hey. He was probably looking out his window.
Looking at
Hey, that's hay.
I missed the farm report.
Oh, look, that's Sean Means. He's here to do movie reviews, brought to you by Salt Lake Acting Company's summer show, The Secret Lives of the Real Wives in the Salt Lake Hive. Runs June 25th through August 17th. This production is a cabaret-style show with table seating, theater seats. You can bring your own food and drink. Get tickets at saltlakeactingcompany.org.
Or at x96.com. Well, here he is, Sean Patrick Means. He is a writer and editor of the Salt Lake Tribune. sltrib.com is where you find that stuff. And he's also a movie reviewer and critic. You can find that at moviecricket.net. Sean, you saw 2 movies this past week.
Yep, 2 this week. Should mention, last week we talked about the documentary Prime Minister, which opened in more theaters. It's opening in more theaters this week. So Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, a really good movie that reminds us that we can have world leaders who are smart and compassionate and not idiots and jerks.
More people like that, please.
Well, we can have them, but then they end up leaving because nobody. She
had a baby.
Well, but
No,
that's
she
not the
had
reason.
the baby like first months of
That's
office.
not the reason. She left because she could. It's too hard to get this stuff done.
She survived. She got New Zealand through mass shootings and COVID, but dealing with the anti-COVID people was sort of the I'm done with.
I
I'm
can't
done with
do
these
this
people
anymore. Yeah.
Okay, we will start with Elio.
This is Pixar.
This
stuff?
is the latest from Pixar, so it's fun animation, very colorful, very emotional, like we would expect. So Elio is a small boy, about 10 years old. He lives with his aunt, Olga, who works for the U.S. Space Force. She helps divert satellite junk so it doesn't hit spacecraft. Elio's parents died when he was younger, so he's having trouble fitting in. Elio is obsessed with aliens and UFOs and goes down to the beach regularly to see if he can get himself abducted by aliens.
He wants to be.
He wants to be abducted.
He wants to be probed.
Yes. So one day a UFO does come, and he's whisked into a portal to a collection of creatures from all over the galaxy. They've invited him to join them and be Earth's ambassador because they think he's the leader of Earth, and he hasn't done enough yet to correct them that he's not.
I think I heard a little clip from it. He tells them that he is.
Well, he says something, and then they think he's
assume.
the leader. They make an assumption, and he doesn't let it go. Let it fix it yet.
Good.
He tells them he can negotiate peace with a warmongering group of aliens, and then he makes friends with one of that race's children, and it gets complicated. But this is not Pixar's best. It's a little bit scattered. The movie went through a couple of changes at director, in the director's chair. So some parts of the story don't really mesh up. It is imperfect, but even imperfect Pixar is still pretty good. So 3 stars for Elio.
Kids and adults both will like it.
Kids a little bit more than adults, but yes. So 3 stars.
Okay. Now,
28 years later.
Yes.
Yay.
Now the first 2 movies. What was it? 28 days, 28 weeks.
Yep.
28 years later.
This is 28 years later. Yes.
The first 2 movies were both solid.
Yes.
It's very solid, very good.
The first one, 28 Days Later, Danny Boyle and Alex Garland directed, and Danny Boyle directed, Alex Garland wrote it. Reimagined the zombie movie, the idea of people infected with a rage virus
So good.
becoming very fast living dead.
Yeah.
Fast moving zombies.
Fast zombies. And the second movie was more of the same and just more frenetic and all. Boyle didn't direct that one. That was some horror guy. I forget his name. This one, Boyle and Garland are back, and yes, even though the movie was made 23 years ago, we're not counting.
No.
Close enough.
Let it go.
Close enough for rock and roll. So this happens 28 years after the rage virus spread across the United Kingdom. The UK is now in permanent quarantine from the rest of the world. There are ships on the perimeter keeping anybody from.
Oh, so it didn't go further than that. Okay.
In the second movie, it went to Europe, but they explained that Europe sort of fought it back. And was able to fight it back successfully. So it's just Great Britain and Ireland have it now. So the main part of the movie starts on a small island that's kept itself free of the rage virus. It's also free of power and technology because nobody has any of that stuff anymore, and has become sort of a hunter-gatherer communal village. and one where everybody's really good with the bow and arrow.
That's good.
Okay, good.
Because that's how you take them out.
Yeah.
And kill the infected. We have Jamie, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yay.
Craven,
love him.
Craven the Hunter, kick-ass, that guy. And his son, Spike, played by Alfie Williams, a 12-year-old, really good young actor. He's really cool. Jamie takes Spike on his first trip to the mainland. They have a way to get to the mainland and back that's reasonably safe, to gather supplies and get Spike his first kill. This is sort of a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and Spike sees something that makes him think that there may be survivors on the mainland, which is important to him because it could mean he could get help for his mom, played by Jodie Comer, who is sick, but it's not the rage virus.
I love Jodie Comer.
Jodie Comer is so good.
I have the biggest crush on her.
Oh yeah. Killing Eve, Free Guy.
Yes.
Yes.
All I know her is from Killing Eve.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
Which was really her kind of her first thing.
It's her best known thing.
Yeah.
The Bike Riders last year was she was into. What's really good about this is that Danny Boyle is really good at setting up the danger at the beginning, with the rage virus, infected, attacking, very scary scenes. But the movie takes a really fascinating, really emotional turn, and about midway through, and it becomes less about the gore and guts and more about the brains and the heart. Ray Fiennes is involved in the second half. Very importantly, I'm not going to say how, but really, Ray Fiennes is good in everything. So
Is he the Pope of the Apocalypse?
I'm not
Oh, okay.
saying anything. I wrote it down. I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
And you're certainly not going to say anything about Cillian Murphy, are you?
He is listed as a producer on this film.
Well, they say, I've read that he's in it somehow. You're not saying anything.
You have read that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have.
Thank you, Sean.
Reading is fundamental. That's good.
I'm a good reader.
This movie does set up for another movie that they have been filming at the same time. That's supposed to come out next year. Directed by Nia DaCosta, who did the Marvels. So the ending, if the ending seems a bit unfinished and setting up for something, well, that's why.
Okay.
But still, the movie at hand is really well done. It's very, very scary and very horror driven in the first half, and is very emotional and very dramatic in the second half.
Can I ask you? Let me understand that. So they're on this island that is free of the rage virus.
Yes,
but they figure that the mainland, there are no real people. There are no people there anymore. Is that the idea?
The thought is that there should be no survivors left on the mainland.
But maybe
there are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Gotcha.
So 3.5 stars for 28 years later. And
I
also
love it when a movie that you're looking forward to, but you're worried is not going to
Yes.
be good.
Yes.
That's a good review.
Yeah.
That makes me.
I'm happy because Danny Boyle's last movie was Yesterday, the Beatles thing, which I despised. So, and Danny Boyle's one of my favorite directors.
Why did you
He's so
despise
good.
that
I
one?
thought it was terrible. I thought it was a horrible premise, horribly put together, and the lead actor Himesh Patel has no charisma, chemistry whatsoever. Other than that, it was fine.
He scored with this one.
This one's great.
Yeah. Let's see.
Next week?
Next week.
Next week, F1.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
I'm looking forward to
Brad
that,
Pitt
too.
as a race car driver brought onto a Formula One team. I challenge you to look for a frame in this film that doesn't have a corporate logo on it.
Well, that's racing.
other than some close-ups of Brad Pitt, and his face is a corporate logo at
That's
this point.
true.
So
But that's racing,
yeah, that is. We also have Megan 2.0, the sequel to the Killer Doll horror movie,
Mithrigan 2.0.
and with Regan. And this time there's an even more killer doll. So
You've seen F1, right?
I've seen F1. My review is online at sltrib.com.
We'll
I'm
get
sorry,
it-
not at SLTrib, on moviecricket.net.
We'll get it officially with you next
Yes.
week.
I hear that you really should see it on the biggest screen you possibly
It
can.
needs IMAX.
Yeah, it really
Yes.
does. All right. Sean, thank you so much. Moviecricket.net, sltrib.com. It's great. Couple of really good movies, and it sounds like next week's going to be pretty good, too. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Ooh. All right. Sports weather traffic?
It's hot. Traffic. We heard from Sid, and now there's an official word. There's a 3-car crash blocking several lanes of traffic near 4 South 7th East.
So that
in
was
Salt
what
Lake.
all that activity
I
is.
guess. It's blocking the tracks line, too, so that's a big... A big old mess. Northbound I-15 between Park Lane and 200 North will be closed for bridge work at Shepherd Lane between 9:30 p.m. Saturday and 11 a.m. Sunday. Use US 89 and Main Street in Kaysville as a detour. Don't pay for tires and oil changes ever again. Tires and oil changes for life with every new and used Mazda purchase from Bountiful Mazda. See Bountiful Mazda today for details.
We've got boners coming up here, the candidates you'll be voting for today, if I don't melt before we get there. Boner candidate number 1 is Airline Passenger Meltdown. Number 2, Rick Grinnell is a normal gay. And boner candidate number 3, whose job is it to be in the room when he passes the goods?
All right. Boner of the day coming up after these messages and a song, and then you'll vote after that. But Utah Advocates.
801-5550. No.
Yeah.
801.
5550,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Okay. We were
Well,
saying
you're
all
missing
those-
the first 3 digits.
801.
655.
No.
No.
801-355.
355.
Yeah, that's not
We're
on
so good
here.
on this.
Why don't
Sorry.
you let me handle
That's
this?
not on here. Okay.
801-355-5550. No, it's on here on this copy inaccurately. But it's the advocates. And we know the number, 801-355-5550, and you should know the number.
That's why you should do what I told you to do is put it in your phone so you don't have to remember it. So it's there. If you are ever in an accident, you can get a hold of them right away.
I wish you'd told that to the copywriter. Listen, if you are hurt in an accident, these are the people you want to call, the advocates. We have Mark Stewart in here all the time. He's represented Katie in a couple of accident cases, got her a settlement on both of them.
Yes.
The advocates, you never pay a dime out of pocket while they work on recovering the compensation that you deserve. 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com.
X96 plays all of the alternative music.
Law one.
The excitement has been building all morning, and anticipation is high. The house lights will soon be dimmed, and the stage lights will illuminate the game show stage as we begin to play Beat Gina. I'm professional announcer Johnny Ola. Yes. You know, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette, and that's not a guess, not just a trend, but an actual fact based on the statements of doctors themselves to 3 nationally known independent research organizations. Every doctor in private practice from Maine to California, family physicians, surgeons, specialists, doctors in every field was asked, what cigarette do you smoke? You see, doctors smoke for pleasure, just like the rest of us. They appreciate, just as you, a mildness that's cool and easy on the throat. Yes. And they named Camels, more of them named Camels, as a matter of fact, than any other brand. Next time you buy cigarettes, buy Camels. And when doctors from coast to coast were asked, who's your favorite game show host? The answer was overwhelming. Almost every single one of them named the host that's cool and easy on the eyes, Carrie Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Johnny Ola, professional game show announcer. All right? Oh, good
The
heavens.
throat's a little raw.
All right. Well, the randomizer has picked a contestant. Valerie is here. Hello, Valerie.
Hello.
All right, Valerie, we're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game if you win the toss. Heads or tails? Tell me.
Heads.
Coin toss app says heads, Gina.
Speaking of heads, you are one step closer to winning those tickets to see Dirty Heads. They're coming to Island Glow this upcoming June 17th.
All right, there you go. We'll let you have the first question then, Valerie. If you answer it correctly, you get the point. If not, I will allow Gina to answer that question correctly, and she will steal the point away from you, probably, because it's AC/DC trivia. And if you win, Valerie, you get those tickets. If not, what are you prepared to do in Gina's name?
I'll donate $50 to the Humane Society.
That would be
Look
great.
at that. Okay. All right. First question is for Valerie. It's Angus Young's birthday today, so AC/DC trivia is the subject. Here we go. First question for Valerie. AC/DC won an award for selling 10 million copies of which album? Is it 1, Rivers of Brown? Is it 2, Highway to Hell? 3, Back in Black? Or 4, The Government Totally Sucks?
Was it Back in Black?
Back in Black is correct.
There's a point for you, Valerie. Good
Wow.
job. Now, Gina.
Gina,
Yes.
let's see here. Oh, here we go. Which AC/DC album was the last to feature the late Bon Scott?
Oh.
Was it 1, Flutes and Trombones? 2, High Voltage? 3, Highway to Hell? Or 4, Simply Jazz?
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell is correct.
It's 1-1.
All right,
Valerie's turn.
Valerie. Which AC/DC song tells of the woman who's working double time on the seduction line? Is it 1, Beazle Boss? 2, You Shook Me All Night Long? 3, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap? Or 4, Women Time?
Is it Dirty Deeds?
No.
Oh, Valerie.
Gina.
Oh,
Chance to steal.
You shook me all night long.
I purposely gave Valerie the
I
easy
know
one.
you did.
All right.
Yeah, that was mean.
That was me.
Mean. I trying to help you. All right.
It's 2-1 in favor of Gina, and Gina controls the question, so she could win with this answer.
All right.
Put your shoes on, Valerie.
Yeah, I would say. Here we go.
Get out your checkbook.
Here we go. 42, 39, 56. Were whose measurements? Were whose measurements according to the 1977 AC/DC tune? Was it 1, Mrs. Satan? 2, Rosie? 3, Josie? Or 4, Gwyneth?
That is a whole lot of Rosie.
Oh, that was...
And Gina wins the game.
we kind of predicted that would happen. Yeah.
Oh, Valerie. You seem like a nice person, Valerie.
Does she?
It's not really fair, really.
No,
I mean,
this
you
was
know.
not a fair contest.
No.
I feel bad about this. Even though I beat you, I'm going to go ahead and give you those tickets anyway to see Dirty Heads on June 17th.
There you go, Valerie.
Nice, huh?
Hang on the line, and somebody will tell you how to collect your tickets.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
hang on.
Listen, you know how they say smoke them if you got them?
Yes.
Well, I got them, and I'm going to go smoke them.
Do it.
$7:23 and time now for Boner of the Day. We will announce 2 boners right here, then we'll do some news, and then we'll announce the third boner, and it'll be time for you to vote which boner you think should win for today, June 20th, 2025, and you'll vote after these.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Airline passenger meltdown. Nowhere in this story, I think, and maybe I missed it, but we'll see, does it say why this happened. But a drunk passenger was handcuffed and dragged off of a Southwest Airlines flight after grabbing a woman's hair and throwing a fit at LaGuardia Airport, according to police, and wild video of the ordeal that was available. Leanna Perry There she is, x96.com/live on the plane, grabbing this woman's hair. 32-year-old passenger from New York was arrested, charged with aggravated assault. This is before the plane took off. A video from inside the cabin shows several passengers and airline employees grappling with the crazed passenger as she held onto the woman's hair, calling her a fat-ass bitch. Leanna Perry was the name of this woman. Let go of her hair, one person calmly said, as she bizarrely claimed to not be touching the other woman's hair.
Yeah, but you can see it on the video.
Yeah,
She's got a handful of it.
Despite clearly having a handful of it, I'm not holding onto her hair. The passenger then began hurling wild insults and kicking other passengers as airline staffers tried to hold her down and escort her off the plane. Ugly bitch, the slurring passenger kept saying while being restrained with her hands zip-tied behind her back. She also called her many other names, defamed her boyfriend. Your boyfriend is...
Yeah, don't read that.
It's embarrassing. I'm so sorry about your boyfriend.
She spit on her?
Yep.
It was horrible. Wow.
She's screaming, kicking her legs in the air. F you, she's screaming. She's drunk as anything, but why this happened, it never says. But they did finally get her off the plane, and everything calmed down. Boner candidate number 1, airline passenger meltdown. Here's boner candidate number 2. Rick Grinnell is a normal gay. The headline here says, oh, to dream the impossible dream of being a normal gay, like Richard Grinnell. Everyone's favorite normal gay. He is insistent that you know that he is a normal gay.
What does that mean?
Well, he explained to Politico over the weekend the benefits of being a normal gay like he is, and that the perception of such a thing as a normal gay should be preserved in time capsules labeled Delusions of Assimilation in the year 2025. In the vomit-inducing interview, he reminisces about Melania Trump's generosity. He rails against cancel culture. Where does that leave us? What does that leave us? Abnormal gays? And he assures that despite being gay, he is one of the good ones. You see, if you haven't gotten the point yet, Mr. Grinnell is the very model of a normal gay. He said normal gays vote for Donald Trump. What? Surprisingly, he isn't the first conservative man tied to Donald Trump to use the term normal gay. J.D. Vance got there first by crowing to Joe Rogan that Trump is the most normal gay guy ever, the most normal gay guy vote candidate, as if the LGBTQ plus electorate is just one massive club that only recently discovered voter registration that appreciates all of Trump's voters.
I'm still unclear what
he's
normal gay.
A normal gay is a voter. He votes for Donald Trump and behaves like an upstanding member of the community. He's a normal gay, said Rich Grinnell. He works in the Trump administration. He's friends with Melania Trump, and he wants everybody to know that he's a normal gay.
Okay.
Boner candidate number 2, Rich Grinnell, the normal gay. What a turd. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Whose job is it to be in the room when he passes the goods?
All right, boner number 3 coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by...
Waterproof your home with Baseco because water can make its way through your foundation in many different ways. Baseco specializes in a variety of permanent foundation waterproofing solutions tailored to your unique issue, from sump pumps all the way to major repairs, crack settling foundations. Each solution backed by guarantee. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net.
A controversial co-founder of the messaging platform Telegram said he's dividing his fortune, but I'm a stickler for this, for grammar sometimes. It says here he's dividing his fortune between his children.
Among?
He has 106 of them. It would be among his children. Between is 2, just 2. Then if it goes beyond 2,
maybe he's only doing it with 2 of the 106.
No, he says he's going to divide it. He has his name is Pavel Durov. He told the French news outlet Le Point in an interview about his decision to allocate his fortune. He's worth about $17.1 billion.
Wow.
Father to 6 children via natural conception. Mr. Durov says he has also been a sperm donor for 100-plus children in 12 countries. The billionaire first became a sperm donor to, quote, help out a friend, he said, but otherwise it was anonymous. Never miss I want to specify that I made no difference between my children. There are those who were conceived naturally and those who come from my sperm donations, he said. They are all my children, and they will all have the same rights. Durov said that his children will not have access to their inheritance after his death until 30 years from the day he gave the interview to LaPointe on June 19th, 2055. Oh, so it would be June 19th, 2055 when they get the money.
I see.
And he is, in fact, saying he will divide it all up among all of those children.
That tells me he's in contact with all of those?
He apparently he knows who they all are. He has made it a point to know who they are.
Well, I guess it's all weird, but good for him.
I guess so. Let's see what we have here. The National Weather Service has already issued extreme heat watches, warnings, and heat advisories for large swaths of the central and eastern U.S. The highest level of heat alerts are now called extreme heat watches and warnings, and there are several of them. It's supposed to get to be 117 or 18 in Phoenix. The plains and upper Mississippi Valley, this heat dome will last through Sunday. The highs in the 90s will spread over most of the country east of the Rockies, except for the far northern tier. Salt Lake City broke a record yesterday with 100 and what was it? 103. And it's just everything's fine.
It's
really
all perfectly normal.
Yeah, the heat, and everything's okay. Really, it's fine. Let's see. Long COVID. An article recently published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Pediatrics presents findings from a study suggesting that long COVID, a condition where symptoms last at least 3 months, maybe up to several years after a COVID infection, has surpassed asthma as the most common chronic.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Really?
The most common chronic health problem affecting
what?
The most common chronic health problem affecting children. The article entitled Characterizing Long COVID Symptoms During Early Childhood was written by a team of researchers from over a dozen universities. But things are fine. Everything's okay. About 1/4 of a mile from Pine Valley in Washington County, Utah, there's a wildfire. It has grown so big and it's gone so fast that they've evacuated people from the town of. It's a small community, but they've evacuated people from the town of Pine Valley in southern Utah. Things are fine. Really, everything's okay. A listeria food poisoning outbreak that has killed 3 people and led to 1 pregnancy loss is linked to newly recalled Heat and Eat chicken fettuccine Alfredo products sold at Kroger and Walmart stores. The outbreak, which includes at least 17 people in 13 states, began last August. It's a large food producer with sites in California, Georgia, and Indiana called Fresh Realm is recalling products made before June 17th. But everything's okay. Really, things are fine. The food is just poison. Oh, and a second sinkhole in less than 2 weeks has alarmed residents along Nyla Way in Holiday, where the street has collapsed twice, near 4100 South and 2900 East. The first incident occurred shortly after a resident noticed an unusual sound on June 4th. On Wednesday, a second sinkhole or depression appeared in nearly the same location, prompting renewed response from Salt Lake City utility crews. Helen Vilas, who has lived on Nyla Way for 38 years, witnessed the first sinkhole. "We saw the whole thing collapse," she said. "It was shocking to watch, but things are fine. They're okay." Following the assassination of Minnesota's former House Speaker and the shooting of another lawmaker in Minnesota, the head of Utah's Department of Public Safety met with lawmakers to discuss their personal security. This has raised concerns for all of our members, said Senate Minority Leader Luz Escamilla, Democrat Salt Lake, who said she had met Representative Melissa Hortman in the past. That she is the woman who was killed. The shootings have raised concerns about safety for elected leaders here in Utah. "As an elected official, I know it's a concern for me and my fellow elected officials," said Senate Majority Whip Chris Wilson. The security briefings held behind closed doors with the House and Senate Majority and Minority caucuses discuss measures that they can take to protect themselves if things escalate from angry constituent communications to a threat.
Yeah, because they get those every day, the angry
probably.
constituent communication.
A top Democrat in the Utah legislature has joined the Republican House Speaker in calling for a judge to resign over comments that he made during a sentencing hearing. In a joint letter Thursday to Utah's Chief Justice, House Speaker Mike Schultz and House Minority Leader Angela Romero demanded that 7th District Judge Dawn Torgerson step down right away. The legislative leaders also criticized the Utah judiciary for its response or non-response to the judge's controversial comments that were first brought to light by KSL. They want him to step down. It was that guy who said that
the kid was
from a
came
life
from
of privilege,
and so
just gave him a very light sentence, and it was a child sexual exploitation case, child pornography, and the defendant had possessed videos showing children being sexually molested, but you came from a life of privilege, and you're ruining the life of a young man. So I'm just going to give you time served and a fine and home confinement. I mean, really, that's just unconscionable, and he should step down, as should Mike Lee, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike
Yesterday.
Lee, he still hasn't said anything, has he?
No.
He said nothing about it.
He is Donald Trump playbook for doing things and just sort of saying, yeah, well, what are you going to do about it, and moving on. Not apologizing, not trying to make good.
Speaking of Donald Trump, he signed an executive order. He's extended the deadline for TikTok's Chinese parent company to divest itself again.
This is never going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's 90 days, another 90. You got another 90 days. And, here's a shocking story. 1 in 3 Americans say that they wake up already exhausted every morning. And their work productivity may be paying a serious price. By 11:54 a.m., the average person starts to fade completely.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
11:54.
Yeah.
How about 7:54?
Yeah, for us it'd be 7 or 8, about 8:54, I think.
I need a nap after the show.
Me too.
Except
for I still have to stay here.
Well, unfortunately, the last nap I took was was it Monday, Tuesday? I finally.
Oh yeah.
I finally laid down to take a nap at about 4:15 in the afternoon, which is really too late to be doing it. But I was, in fact, exhausted. I said, okay, I'm going to sleep for a little while, and then I got to get up and finish up a couple of things. So I set my alarm for 5:30. My alarm went off. I looked at my phone. Oh my God, it's 5:30. I'm late for work. I thought it was 5:30 in the morning.
He texted us.
I did.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm sorry, I just woke up. I'll be right there at 5:30 at night."
Yeah.
Like,
I can
Bill?
imagine Gina and I. Well, Gina's the one that responded because I looked at my phone very puzzling. Like I don't
I
understand.
knew exactly what happened.
Gina figured it out quickly and said, "Bill, it's 5:30 at night."
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh."
And I'm like, you must have been in a dark room.
A dark room and a very deep sleep.
Yeah, very dark room. Very
now, I
quiet.
have done that where I'm napping, and for a moment, you wake up, and it's a little bit like, wait a minute, what day is it? What?
Yeah, you're kind of disoriented
a little,
and everything.
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, this has been a hard week for me for some reason. I've just been really extra tired, and I'm a little better today and yesterday than I was the first part of the week.
Well, this heat isn't helping, although it does
isn't.
feel a little
Looks
bit
like
better
maybe
in here.
it kicked on.
Yeah.
It might be, yeah.
Might have.
All right, that's it. Let's have some
weather traffic.
Weather traffic. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the heat kicking on, it's 80 degrees outside right now. Going to have a high of 95 today. That red flag warning is still in effect. That means it's a little bit windy. So when it's really hot and windy, that's fire danger is increased. So that'll go through 10 p.m. tonight. Then things change actually quite a bit. We cool down from 103 yesterday to 78 for a high tomorrow, 70 for a high on Sunday. That's going to feel really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we gradually start warming up the first part of next week. But this weekend's going to be just really nice.
Yeah.
A nice break from what we've been having. Traffic, still dealing with that multiple car accident 4 South 7th East in Salt Lake. And closure northbound I-15 between Park Lane, 200 North for bridge work at Shepherd Lane. This is going to happen 9:30 p.m. tomorrow, going through 11 a.m. on Sunday. You're going to want to use Highway 89 or Main Street in Kaysville as a detour through there. That's traffic.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Whose job is it to be in the room when he passes the goods? Jathan Gilder was pulled over by troopers. This was, where was this? In, I think, Florida. He was pulled over by troopers who had received a be on the lookout alert from Orlando cops. Yeah, there you go. Investigating a robbery earlier that day of a Tiffany store in the Mall of Millennia. Mr. Gilder, whose rap sheet contains a litany of jewelry robberies, was suspected of posing as a representative of an NBA player interested in buying some diamonds. After being shown into a private room, Mr. Gilder grabbed 2 sets of diamond earrings worth $609,500 and $160,000, respectively, and bolted from the store. After being pulled from the vehicle and handcuffed, Mr. Gilder was being walked to the squad car when the trooper noticed that he was talking with a closed mouth and something was moving around inside of his mouth. Troopers repeatedly ordered Mr. Gilder to open his mouth and spit out what was inside. "You're about to get tased," one trooper said. "He swallowed something." Troopers grabbed his throat and jaw. Mr. Gilder said, "I don't have to open my mouth." Police initially thought Gilder may be swallowing illegal narcotics, but as it turned out, he was swallowing the diamond earrings. When a search of Gilder's vehicle only turned up Tiffany & Company price tags and earring cards for the stolen jewelry, a trooper concluded he probably swallowed those earrings. Following his arrest, Mr. Gilder was transported to a local hospital. He refused to be x-rayed. After a subsequent jail scan, they did find foreign objects inside of his body. He was hospitalized. He refused to take any laxatives and claimed to be a practicing Muslim who would only eat after sundown. After 2 weeks, Mr. Gilder finally passed the Tiffany & Company gems. The items were cleaned by Tiffany's master jeweler and eventually turned over to a company security manager, according to a police report. After having spent some time in the felon's stomach and elsewhere, the diamonds were presumably back on the market, but cops had to wait for him to pass the stolen goods.
And do you get a discount on the
poop diamonds?
You should get a discount.
Yeah. By the way, then later on he passed 2 other earrings, but they were determined to be not very high quality. They don't know where they came from, so they just threw them away.
Oh.
But I want to know, whose job was it to be in the room when Mr. Gilder passed the goods? Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's recap boner candidate number 1 and 2 and then get to voting.
Boner candidate number 1, airline passenger meltdown. We don't know why this woman did this, but she was awful. Drunk. She had to be handcuffed and dragged off the plane. She was grabbing a woman's hair, kicking people, yelling insults all the time. Just manic, crazy drunk person. Boner candidate number 2. Mr. Rick Grinnell is a normal gay, and he wants everybody to know that it's possible to be a normal gay. If you're the normal gay, then thank God other gays aren't trying to be like him, because he's an awful guy. And boner candidate number 3, whose job is it to be in the room when he passes the goods?
All right. It is your time to vote. 1, 2, or 3. You can put it in a text form. Text it to 33986 and just 1, 2, or 3. You can also call at 877-602-9696. Call, say hi to Ari, and tell her which one candidate you want to vote for. Or go online to x96.com. There's a boner post right there, and you can go add your vote onto our polling there. You've only got about 4 minutes to do so you better run to do this right now. Go vote for which one you think boner should be boner of the day.
It's brought to you, by the way, in part by, the Boner winner is brought to you in part by a nice plate of spaghettis.
Oh, good. And Young Subaru's new state-of-the-art facility now open. Experience faster vehicle service, an inviting coffee shop, a streamlined shopping journey. Discover the future of car buying and vehicle service at the new Young Subaru on Riverdale Road. Think young, drive young.
So we had the Boner candidate to number one, which was the airline passenger meltdown. Then we had Rick Grinnell is a normal gay. And Boner candidate number three, whose job was it to be in the room when Mr. Gilder passed the goods? Let's see, the winner is Boner candidate number one, airline passenger meltdown.
You should go watch the video. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. What, I hear something on, we have someone on the phone
We
here?
sure do have somebody on the phone.
Who do we have? Hello?
I wanted to vote for Mike Lee.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yes,
Every day.
He's got your vote.
That's Kerry
okay,
Jackson.
Oh, hi. How you doing, everybody?
Fine. You sound great.
Oh, we're all right. We're all right.
It's nice and clear. And where are you?
We're in Osaka, which is where we're headquartered. We have been for the past couple of days, and tomorrow as well. And then we head into Tokyo.
And how long will you be in? How long will you be in Tokyo?
We'll be in Tokyo for the rest of the trip.
So
nice.
you fly home from Tokyo.
So we'll fly home from Tokyo.
Well, tell us stories.
Well, I don't know what pictures Katie got.
So I got
because-
8 or 9 photos.
Because we've been having some intermittent issues getting things in. My phone doesn't like anyone, and Sue's phone kind of likes people sometimes. And yeah, it just all depends. So what do you have?
Well, I have apparently the Japanese still teach their kids to trust the police.
We don't see any of this.
Nope, these are all sent straight to me, and we'll have Carrie wondering how drunk he'll be after the tour. I've got many. Oh,
does the TriCaster have any of those?
Yes.
No.
She's going to tell him which one to put up. Which one would you like put up, Carrie?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the kids trusting the cops thing. Do you have any from the distillery?
We should. There we go.
Yep.
So we have
yesterday.
We have the one that looks down on the bar.
Is that a still or a bar or?
That is a tasting room shaped like a still.
Yeah.
And that is the Yamazaki, Centauri Yamazaki Whiskey Distillery. Now, in order to take the tour, and Jimmy would probably be a little bit jealous of this, you have to submit, and it's a raffle, essentially. And so we were able to get 4 in.
So we actually all put in for the lottery, and so all of us Asians put in for it, denied. But then Kerry Jackson, he got accepted.
The white
know who I
guy.
am.
The white guy. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because they knew you were on Radio from Hell. That's it.
Exactly. I know who I am. No, I think it's the whole Irish thing. For some reason, over here, when they find out that I'm Irish, this happened back in Korea. It was like, oh, we've got an Irishman in the house. Quickly send him some whiskey. Maybe he'll do some tricks or something.
Yeah. He can dance a jig.
But that is the distillery plant there from, and it's just amazing, the whiskey. So we're able to go through, see how they make the whiskey. I don't know if you have any of those pictures of
We should have the barrel photo.
You have the barrels there? This gigantic room full of barrels of aging whiskey. And it's strange because when you walk in this room, you get the alcohol smell and feel, and I say feel because it went right to my eyes.
I can see that in the picture.
It is.
Yeah, from the evaporating whiskey in the barrels. You know how it ages when it evaporates, and you get what's it called? The Angel's
share.
Keep.
The Angel's share.
Yeah, the Angel's Keep. Our tour guide was very impressed with Sue that she knew what that was. But
it's a different kind of alcohol than, like walking into a liquor store. It's not that kind of alcohol smell. It's
No, it's a different.
It's a different kind of alcohol.
That's the smell of me spilling it on the floor mats. This is completely different. This was, like I said, it was almost kind of toxic. It was really making my eyes water.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took us down for a tasting, and we got to try 12 different types of the Yamazaki.
Well,
the different ages.
That would get you kind of hammered in the long run, wouldn't it?
Not 12 different kinds.
Well, no.
Four.
Did I say 12?
Yeah.
It was like 5. 4 across, 1 up. Yeah, so 5 of them. And then they said you can buy whatever you want. And so I picked up some bottles of stuff that they only sell there and that they only sell here in Japan.
And
so I'm excited.
Can you legally bring that in?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That was one of the questions we had. So I'm going to be bringing that home. And is Jimmy around? Is he listening?
He's in Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in Scotland. That's perfect then, because I got him a special bottle. I'm going to gift it to him when we see him next time, because he's done so much for us.
Mm-hmm.
But that was an amazing little trip. But ever since then, we've just been mostly walking around, trying food, and it's amazing because it's like every 50 feet there's a place to get something to eat, and it's all incredible food. You just can't go wrong. Just amazing stuff. And,
like street food or restaurants?
Well,
everything, yeah.
Yeah, there's street foods, and you'll have like 3 street food places and then a restaurant.
But the weird thing is that there's street food, but they don't want you to eat on the street.
Yeah, don't eat on the street.
Where are you supposed to eat it?
You're supposed to, there are some places that will allow you to eat it within their store or their little section. Yesterday when we were trying to kill time before the tour, we went to a grocery store and I got a little something to eat, and there was a security guard in the parking lot that saw that I bought food, and he shuffled me off to the side of the grocery store in the alleyway and found me a milk carton with a cardboard box on top of it and made me sit away from the public to eat it so that no one could see that women eat food.
Yeah, you don't want that shame. You know, I kind of agree with that. I don't want to see women eating food.
Men are okay. Women eating food, not so much.
Well, because as the stupid American, I was able to walk around with the grapes that I bought, and I was just eating them, walking around.
Oh, look, he must be Irish.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe he'll do a trick if you send him some whiskey. That was. I'm still laughing about that. That was Sue's family that was doing that. Cousin and her brother. They found out I was Irish, and they just started saying, "Oh, we have whiskey."
Do a trick.
Cousin started telling the story about this bottle of Macallan's I have. I keep it in my room, and I only have just a little bit just before I go to bed. And it's also for special occasions, like when an Irishman is in our house.
Thank you for being our special occasion. What are you doing today?
Well, we're going to bed right now. It's time travel, and then tomorrow's kind of an open day. We're just gonna kind of float around a bit. But then we get on. And then we check out of the Airbnb. We get on the plane. We fly to Tokyo, and in Tokyo we're going to Ginza. We're going to be staying in Ginza for a day or so, and then Tokyo, and I'll have Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea and all that.
Oh, nice.
So I'll have more to report as we go along. Now, how's the ticket sales for the event that we're doing when I get back?
Salt Lake Acting Company.
They could be better.
We're actually going to have Salt Lake Acting Company here for an interview a little bit later on.
Well, that's good.
But Carrie,
that's good because yes,
you will be punchy because you will have just flown in before our Not Safe for Work podcast recording.
Exactly. Now, the reason I'm wondering if people are confused about this, I don't think people know what it is without that word, without those words "Saturday's Voyeur" on there.
Yeah, but we can't say that.
You can't say that.
No, legally we can't say that.
Legally, no.
As a matter of fact, we're in trouble because you just said it.
See, I didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
I only got the memo that we were slow on sales, and I'm like, that's because people don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but
it's the annual Salt Lake Acting Company summer parody show. They're a parody show where they lampoon everything that's happened throughout the year here in Utah. And it's
All right.
It's the same thing. The same thing that they've done for years and years. It's just called the summer show.
You can go to
It's called something else.
X96. Yeah, x96.com. At the top, there's a rotating banner where you can buy tickets. You can also enter to win tickets, but I would buy them. I wouldn't count on winning them. I would buy it.
Yeah, and it's the kind of thing where you bring some food to eat and a bottle of wine and enjoy the show. And we're also going to do a Not Safe for Work podcast. This is a matinee on a Sunday at Salt Lake Acting Company. So
I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And everything okay?
Yeah.
You okay for Beat Gina questions? Everything all right?
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing okay. Frank Christ has not been able to be here today. It's always a different excuse. Today, he was on his way to the studio on his electric scooter, and he had a taillight out, and he got pulled over. And now he's in a jail in Cove Fort, Utah, and I got to go bail him out after the show.
You know, those spectral police can be real hard asses. I know.
Exactly.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's one of them now. All right.
All right.
I'll let you guys go.
Okay, we got a break.
Thanks, Larry.
Stay safe. I'm glad you're having a good time.
Having a great time. We'll see you guys when I get back.
Okay, bye.
That was a good check-in.
I wish I was there.
Yeah. Quick traffic?
Yeah, friend of the program says block of 4 South, 6, 7th East, all closed with detours. Police have blocked. It appears there was an accident. Yes, there was. It's a multi-car accident causing major issues there. We also have a crash northbound I-15 Main Street in Davis County, milepost 314. Crash eastbound I-80 at about a mile east of the quarry. Right shoulder affected there. And whatever you're seeing, please text us and let us know, 33986.
All right, coming up after these messages, we've got Jimmy on the phone ready to talk to us from Ireland today.
Scotland.
He's in Ireland today.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. He started in Ireland.
Yeah. Big O Tires.
Let's see. Big O Tires, their Worry Less-a-thon at Big O Tires. That's Worry Less-a-thon. They are selling right now on special until June 22nd. You can buy 3 Big O tires and get the 4th one free. And that's the Big O brand tire, which I've always, whenever I have a car and I get new tires, I always put Big O tires, Big O brand tires.
And not just on your car. If you have a trailer, like an RV or even just like a flatbed trailer that you haul stuff on, when was the last time you checked those tires? You do not want to be on the freeway when it's hot outside and have one of those blow on you.
If you're worried about it, call me up and I'll come over to your house and check them for you.
No, Bill.
I'll make sure to do it.
No, you take them to Big O Tires.
Oh, okay.
They'll check them there for you.
Oh, that's a good idea. Big O Tires, by the way, they have tires, a lot of brands in stock. You can get the lowest price on every tire every day at Big O. There's one near you, I'm sure. Go to the website, bigotires.com. They are the team you trust.
All right.
Basin.
Bottoms up, Gabriella.
Sugar House Distillery is proudly handcrafted in the Mountain West, one of a small batch at a time. No additives, no artificial colors or flavors, never chill filtered, and finished with a little water and a lot of skill. Visit the Sugar House Distillery today and see how it's done. Located at 2212 Southwest Temple, Unit 14. Buy Sugar House Spirits today.
Yeah, that's James Fowler over there at Sugar House Distillery, and this is delicious stuff. It's Sugar House Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And do we have Jimmy on the phone?
Jimmy, you there?
Hello, hello.
It's the top of the morning to you.
Oh, I am in the heart of Dublin right now, calling in. This is fantastic area over here.
You sound good. Now, this I am very familiar with this Sugar House Distillery Bourbon Whiskey. It's very tasty stuff. Tell people about it a little, Jim.
You know what I love about this whiskey is it's grain to glass. It's all Utah, and it's 75% corn, 20% rye, 5% malted barley, all grains from Utah, and that's the super cool part. But, Bill, I know you love this label, and on the bottom of the label it says, and this is the fun thing about our whiskey lovers out there, look at the label of the booze you're buying. I'm even doing it over here in Dublin. I'm looking at these whiskey bottles, and I'm looking where it's produced from. And in Salt Lake Sugar House, it says fermented, distilled, aged, bottled, and distributed.
Yeah.
All right from Utah.
Yeah.
And
It could be no more Utah.
So this is
it couldn't be more Utah.
And the reason that's important, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jim, but the reason that that's important is a lot of places, a lot of distributors, they import bourbon. They may mix it with another, if they like two different imported bourbons, and they mix it to make something that they call their own. And but it's not distilled here. It's imported from outside of the state.
And you know, it's not anything that there's wrong with that.
No.
It's just a matter of clarification, right? Yeah. And it's a matter of authenticity on the label. And you're right. When people, if you and I, if the three of us, if the five of us started a whiskey label, well, what are we going to do? Invest all that money and have it age for 5-8 years before we can sell? No, we want to make our money real quick, and we're going to outsource, and we're going to bring in anywhere from the new spirit all the way to moderately aged or whatever our profile is. And then we're going to hit the ground running, and that's where this label comes in handy. James Fowler and the guys at Sugar House, they did not do that. They started years ago in 2013, new spirit, aging it in barrel. And then they looked at their wristwatch saying, okay, now what are we going to do for the next 3 to 5 years? And that's why they make delicious vodka and rum. But more importantly, that was back then. Now they're just busting out rye, bourbon, American single malt. And what you have in your glass there is a little bit of bourbon.
Yeah, it's $34, I think, at the state store. And
well,
ridiculous price.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous price. This should be twice the amount.
And it's
honestly.
it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
Now
I love the rye flavor that really comes through. Sorry, I love that spice that comes through. And people are often like, this is a bourbon. And mixologists, the beverage guys, love mixing this bourbon with cocktails because it's so characterful. The rye really comes across and just streaks across the palate with that little cinnamon dust that occurs on it. It's like super tasty.
Well, this bottle is...
I have the glass. I have a Sugar House glass with me, the Glencairn glass. I'm holding it right now. Looking at the sky here in Dublin, I'm about to go get a dram of Irish whiskey in it. I wasn't able to bring any Sugar House whiskey with me, but this glass is going to be with me all week long here in Ireland and Scotland.
So how long are you in Ireland, and then how long in Scotland?
So I'm here overnight, and then tomorrow I got a puddle jumper over to Edinburgh where I begin my trip with our 14 people, and can't wait. I just had a brief lunch with some folks from the tail end of their trip. They had a yoga retreat. Very, very nice people, and we knocked back a couple of Guinness and some gin and tonics. It was really nice.
Now, Jim, do you do yoga with the folks when you're on these trips?
Yeah, I keep the glass really far away, so I have to reach for the glass.
Yeah,
There's Jimmy and Warrior 2 over there.
I'm trying not to
downward
picture.
dogging for a dream.
I'm trying not to picture you downward dogging. That's
yeah,
I
I know,
don't want
right?
to see that. I just don't want to see it.
You don't want to see that.
No. Now, Jimmy, this bottle of Sugar House bourbon whiskey, it's now been opened, and so I think it's kind of damaged. I guess I probably should take it home.
It's not going to go bad, Bill.
I should probably, but I should. It might. I should probably take it home and put it to good use.
You know, you always take one for the team. I got to tell you.
That's right.
You know, save some for when Kerry comes back, because I heard him and Sue on the line earlier before me coming on. So nice to see those guys enjoying themselves. It's really nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wine Academy of Utah, Jimmy Santangelo, the benevolent overlord of the Wine Academy of Utah. It's wineacademyofutah.com. You'll be back when?
Sometime in July.
All right.
See you then.
See you then.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Bye.
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, I actually got my husband for Father's Day a bottle of this very bottle of whiskey. That was his Father's Day gift.
Awesome.
Get your husband drunk. It's always fun. I don't think I've ever seen him really drunk.
He's the same no matter what.
Oh?
He's
just level-headed the whole time?
You would have no idea how much he has had to drink.
I mean, can you tell when I'm drunk?
Yes.
What, was it because I want to kiss everybody? Is that what it is?
Yes. That's part of
Give
it.
me a kiss.
Hello.
I'm going to give you a kiss. No, I want a wet one. Give me a real wet kiss.
Sloppy.
That was a dry kiss. I don't like that. Give me a wet kiss. Yeah.
All right.
That's me.
And by the way, I can tell Carrie, too.
Yes.
Carrie's been having a good time on this trip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The times we have talked to him, and it's been the evening, so this is Carrie is enjoying himself.
Yes.
Well, Gina, you think you're so smart, and you think you can tell when I'm drunk. I hate to break it to you, but every morning I'm drunk. Every morning.
That's why she knows so well now.
When I get up at 4 o'clock,
That's how you're preparing for the show?
I get up and I'm working on news, and I'm drinking.
I used to do, I have done another morning show before, briefly, and the person I did that with had to get high at 5 o'clock in the morning before the show.
Yeah, go out and smoke some pot. And I couldn't do it.
No.
I did the show. I did a radio show once drunk.
Yeah.
And, I had been to a New Year's party, and time got away from me.
Yeah.
And I looked at my watch and said, I have to go down to work. It was like 6 in the morning, and I was
like
still
never to bed.
Yeah, no, I was still.
all
Yeah, I was still at the party. I said, I feel terrible. I think the only thing to do is have one more drink, and then I'll.
The only thing you can
And it
do.
was the worst radio show imaginable.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, I wish it was still. I wish it was on tape, but it's not.
Well, I'll bring you some drinks for our Not Safe for Work podcast recording.
We can drink there.
We can drink there.
All right.
So
weather,
traffic.
Hot. Crash northbound I-15 Main Street North Salt Lake, right shoulder affected there. Eastbound I-80, there's a crash 1 mile east of the quarry. And still some issues. Actually, if Infiniteam could let me know, crash 4 South 7th East. This is a multi-car crash messing things up for quite a while, but maybe you're in the area and you can see that things have cleared up, or maybe not so much. You can text us and let us know, 33986. For the first time ever, the Monster Jam World Finals are coming to Rice Eccles Stadium July 4th and 5th. Get information and ticket links at x96.com.
All right, coming up after these messages and a song, it's Beat Gina. So you're going to want to call and play 877-602-9696. If you call to play Beat Gina, you could win
Pierce the Veil tickets. That's tonight.
With Sleeping with Sirens and Beach Weather, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really fun show. I want to go so bad. So call to play Beat Gina, 877-602-9696. Line up now, and we'll be back after.
Muse has the tendency to go for the drama.
Yes.
It's a big, big dramatic song.
I am here for that.
Big and dramatic.
Brand new Muse there. Like Todd says, no new album or tour talked about yet. That song's called Unraveling, and I am here for it. Todd, put that in rotation. I enjoy
when it started, I thought, oh, well, I don't know. It's going to be a little, kind of wimpy. Nope, not wimpy. And if you want to do a favor for yourself, what's his name?
Matt Bellamy?
Muse.
Matt Bellamy?
Is it Matt Bellamy?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of something else then. I'm thinking of Chris. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Forget it.
Move along.
Wasn't Muse.
Get out of the way so Johnny can come in here, Bill.
Yeah. Is this sponsored?
Yes. Catch Pierce the Veil. It's today, June 20th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Sleeping with Sirens, beach weather. You can get your tickets at x96.com.
Well, yes, it is me, Johnny O. And I'm here to fill in for Kerry Jackson on Beat Gina. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, I wanted to address something I saw. I was looking at your texting, folks, and there was someone there who said, I'm looking for the Salt Lake Acting Company tickets on your website, and I can't find it. I'm on the events section. It's right on the front page. Don't click on events when you go to x96.com. Just right there on the front page, it says Salt Lake Acting Company Radio from Hell, Not Safe for Work podcast. Right there. That's what you click on. Don't click on events. All right?
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
All right. I just wanted to clear that up. And now we'll get to Beat Gina. I'm Beat Gina's announcer, Johnny Ola. But first, I want to tell you about Old Spice men's toiletries. Are they illegal? No.
Illegal?
Are they immoral?
No.
No. Are they irresistible? Yes.
Oh.
And oh, how men love them. Men who know a thing or two about toiletries are out there buying Old Spice, the only complete range of men's toiletries. In the range are 6 ways of shaving, as well as aftershave lotion, talcum powder, other good masculine products, and comfort. Comfort all the way to tingling freshness and enviable grooming.
I like tingling fresh.
Expensive? Not if you value yourself. The choice of top men across the Atlantic, Old Spice is destined to be the favorite of top men here, making them smoother, sprucier, still more tip-toe top. See for yourself just why you buy Old Spice now. Old Spice, leading men's toiletries. And now, let's get to our game. Let's play Beat Gina. Do we have a contestant?
We have Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Dan, you are the man.
Hello.
Hello, Dan. You ready to play Beat Gina?
Yes, I am.
All right. If you win, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to Pierce the Veil. Hope you're available tonight, because that's when the show is.
All right, Dan, let's go, shall we? Now, let me explain just quickly.
Let's do this.
All right, let's do it. We're going to 3 points. Whoever gets to 3 points first wins the game. Now, we'll flip a coin to see who goes first. Being first is certainly an advantage, but we'll let you call the coin toss. Dan, go ahead.
Heads.
Heads.
It is tails.
Tails. Oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
You're going to have to work for these Pierce the Veil tickets.
That means Gina will go first. I'll give her the first question. But, Dan, if she misses the first question, you'll have a chance to steal the question away. So listen carefully as we play Beat Gina, and I'll give Gina the first question now if she's ready.
Yes.
All right, Gina.
Yes.
This is Jaws trivia.
Oh, yes.
Released on this day back in 1975.
Okay.
Which serial killer does marine biologist Matt Hooper refer to in the autopsy scene in Jaws?
Okay.
Is it number 1, Otis Spunkmeyer, number 2, Captain Crunch, number 3, Jack the Ripper, or number 4, the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez?
Yeah, it would be Jack the Ripper.
Yes, it would. That's it. 1 point for Gina, right?
Yep. It is now Dan's question.
All right, Dan, here we go. This is your first time to shine. When we first see Quint, he's walking into a pub. What is the name of the pub? Is it number 1, My Ex-Wife's Other Place? Number 2, Whaler's Tavern? Number 3, The Booze Bar? Or number 4, Bar X?
2.
Number 2 is correct. The Whalers Tavern.
It's 1-1, and now Gina's question.
All right, we go back to Gina with the score tied. Gina.
Yes.
How does Quint get the town's attention when he enters the town meeting? Does he, number 1, rake his nails on a blackboard? Number 2, he dumps what's left of the little Kintner boy onto Mayor Larry Vaughn's desk?
Oh, jeez.
Number 3, he screams at the top of his lungs? Or number 4, Captain Quint's not wearing any pants?
It's the nails on the chalkboard.
That's correct.
That's 2 for Gina, 1 for Dan, and it is Dan's question.
All right, Dan, here we go. Time for you to try and tie the game. Let's see here. What knot did Quint ask Hooper to tie for him before he would allow him to join the expedition? Was it number 1, a garlic knot? Number 2, a forget-me-not? Number 3, a sheepshank? Or number 4, a bowline?
Number 3.
Sheepshank is correct.
2 for 2.
Wow, okay.
Gina, you could win right here, though.
You are really in there, though, Dan. Congratulations. You're playing. You're playing at 100%.
He's doing well.
All right, Gina. Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right. What body part washed up on the beach from the first victim?
Okay.
Was it number 1, a bloody severed foot? Was it number 2, we can't say what part it was on the radio, but just know it was a part from, down there?
Jeez.
Was it number 3, an ear? Or number 4, a hand?
Oh, I don't know. An ear?
No, I'm sorry.
All right, Dan, you have your chance to steal and win.
Was it a foot?
No, I'm sorry. It was not a foot.
Nope.
It was a hand.
Oh,
Correct.
okay. You're gonna have to win this on your own.
It's
Dan's question.
That's
he
right.
could win right here, though.
All right, Dan. Here we go. This is for the win. What was the name of Quint's boat? Was it the Orca? Was it the Love Boat? Was it Wet Dreams? Or was it the USS Diarrhea Planet?
1.
Number 1 is correct, the Orca.
And
there,
he wins.
There you go. Congratulations, Dan.
Diarrhea Planet will never not make me laugh.
There you go. Dan, enjoy the concert. It's tonight.
Yes.
So Ari, I think, will tell you how you get your tickets. We'll put you on hold. Okay, Dan?
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a good time.
You're welcome. Hang on. Let's see. I've got to go. Mrs. Ola and I are going to go to the Salt Lake Acting Company Radio from Hell Not Safe for Work podcast.
Oh, good.
And I was just looking at the X96 website, and there it is right there on the front page. I mean, there's a tab that says Radio from Hell. There's a tab that says Kim Gordon. There's one that says Granary Concert Series. But right there, Salt Lake Acting Company Radio from Hell Not Safe for Work. That's where you want to go and click so you can join Radio from Hell on the 29th. All right, is that it?
Yep. You can get out of here, Johnny.
I'm out.
Thanks.
Mrs. Zola, I'm coming.
Fun fact, the answer of Wet Dreams for the boat, that was my dad's boat's name.
Why would your dad do that?
I don't know, but I thought it was funny when I was a kid, so. All right, Big Boy News and Opinioendo now, brought to you by...
Speaking of sharks, Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium has finally surfaced. See Shark Kingdom 3D on the giant IMAX screen. Snap a selfie with the 11-foot shark. Enjoy shark-themed snacks and gifts. It's happening all summer long.
I think we just learned more about why Katie is the way she is than we've ever known.
Probably.
In that moment.
Probably.
Well, the doctor is out.
Hey.
After spending more than a half a century playing some of the quirkiest and funniest music imaginable. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. Also launching the career of Weird Al Yankovic. Really, he did. The legendary radio personality Dr. Demento is retiring. Dr. Demento, also known as Barry Hansen, because that's his real name, he began hosting the Dr. Demento Show in October 1970 in Pasadena, California. A syndicated version of the show launched in 1974 and ran until 2010, and since then, fans have been able to still listen to the Dr. Demento Show through its official website. And I think he was doing new shows still
Really?
on the website until just recently.
I a huge fan of his when I was
In a recent episode, after counting down a monthly top 10, the good doctor told his loyal Dementos and Dementites that he was ending his historic career. I'm now 84 years old. I've been doing this show for 55 years, about 2/3 of my life, he said. It's been a blast, but I've come to the decision that I need to hang up my top hat soon. He always wore a top hat in public. The show you just heard is the last show of my regular group of shows. Dr. Demento began as a freeform rock program before Mr. Hansen, who was an avid collector of novelty records, started sharing those oddball songs with his listeners. He filled the airways song with songs like Bobby Boris Pickett's The Monster Mash, Benny Bell's Shaving Cream, Shave Be Nice and Clean, and Barnes and Barnes, Fish Heads,
and Weird Al.
Changed music with Dr. Demento exclusive after playing Frankie Yankovic's How Many Burps in a Bottle of Beer. Dr. Demento brought on another fellow who played the accordion. He then played Belvedere Cruisin' by a young Alfred Yankovic. The response was so positive that Yankovic, newly christened Weird Al, continued to write more parodies like My Baloney.
My Bologna.
My Bologna.
Because it's My Sharona.
His take on, My Sharona. Dr. Demento's then funded Yankovic's first EP, Another One Rides the Bus, which helped Yankovic secure a record label and kickstart his career, which is still strong and ongoing. And apparently, I've always kind of just, Weird Al, he's kind of, okay, whatever that, But I read a long, lengthy article one time about a guy who just loves him and talked about his concerts. And then I read some other stuff about apparently his concerts just completely kick ass.
I've always been a big fan of Weird Al.
Let's see.
And learned about it from Dr. Demento. So both of those things.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police have confirmed one person is dead following a rock fall near Bow Glacier Falls in Banff National Park.
Oh, we heard about this from Ranger Kate.
Yeah, she's on her way up there. I think today she's leaving. The RCMP confirmed that one person was located deceased at the base. Two individuals were evacuated by air ambulance, one by ground ambulance. Their conditions unknown at the time of this writing. Prior to Parks Canada update, Stairs ambulance service confirmed that the crews had arrived back at their respective bases. Each helicopter transported one patient to Foothills Medical Center in Calgary. Unfortunately, no information on the patient's condition are available at this time. But apparently at about 1 p.m., Bowes Glacier, located west of Icefields Parkway near Bow Lake, there just all of a sudden, a huge slab of rocks broke loose from above and started raining down on people. They say that there may still be people under the rocks. They're not for sure. They're still searching. There may be other victims. Let's see. The rifle-toting man who was arrested after a volunteer allegedly shot at him, and killed an innocent bystander during Salt Lake City's No Kings protest last Saturday. This guy will remain in jail at least through Monday after prosecutors say that they need more time to decide whether he should face criminal charges. Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office and Salt Lake City Police are planning to meet on Friday today to analyze evidence and make a definitive decision on whether to file charges, the DA's office said. Utah law puts limits on how long somebody can be kept in jail without being formally charged. Arturo Gamboa has been in custody since Sunday and has reached the limit of the allowable 72-hour hold. Law enforcement, though, can ask a judge for an extension, and the district attorneys did that on Thursday, and a judge agreed to the extension, which is why Gamboa can now be held until Monday without formal charges.
They said they're interviewing people, they're reviewing video. It's a complicated, awful situation.
Yeah, but if they don't charge him,
they got to let him go.
You're free to go. Sorry,
But then the question is, do you charge the peacekeeper who actually killed the guy? I mean, what?
Yeah,
it's very complicated.
I don't know. It seems to me that the person who actually you've noticed that that person has not been identified.
No, and you had the story earlier that the group that organized the protest is saying we're not going to do anything in Utah again because we have a strict no guns policy. Yeah. And we live in a state where our state legislature has continued to loosen our gun laws to the point where it was perfectly legal for both of these people to be carrying guns and the type of guns they are and out in the open. And the more guns that you have in a situation, the more chances for things like this to happen.
2 Ukrainian nationals impersonating federal agents, and I just can't imagine how this worked, have been arrested after allegedly scamming a Logan man out of $300,000 in gold coins. The 2 men, I can't pronounce their names, I'm sure, Lyubomir Prokopchuk, that's probably close, and Damir Ovsianikov, 27 and 18 years of age, respectively, were taken into custody after the 78-year-old victim contacted police about the scam. What did the scam? How did this work? The men, the Ukrainians, told the victim, according to police, that they were federal agents and claimed that, quote, in order to clear up a case and also to protect his money, the man needed to provide funds in gold coins. So apparently these two people, these 2 guys, these 2 scammers, knew that he had gold coins. Mm-hmm. The unidentified victim said he had already lost $300,000 when Mr. Prokopchuk and Osivyanikov attempted to get more money from him. Working with the victim, detectives arranged a meeting with both men to pick up the additional gold coins at the victim's house and were able to make the arrest. The 2 were charged with money laundering, communications fraud, criminal conspiracy. I don't understand, though. 78-year-old guy, guess I want to help out my country.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're federal agents, okay, I'll give you the gold coin.
I'm sure that's what happened.
I'm going to get it back, right? Yeah. Sure, we're just using it. Come on. A 43-year-old construction worker is recovering in the hospital after being attacked by a 300-pound black bear while working at a cabin site in Bryce Woodlands, Utah. I'm not sure where that is. Bryce Woodlands. Nate Peterson was bitten and scratched by the bear Tuesday night, suffering muscle damage to his left arm. Quote, crazy bear. I was just sitting there minding my own business, Peterson said. Bear walked up and hit the side of my bed, and then he came over and jumped up on my bed. Oof. The attack continued as the bear pursued Peterson, despite his attempts to scare it away. And then he jumped down and bit my arm. And I went to screaming, and I threw him off and started throwing stuff at him and tried to get him away, and he just kept following me, Peterson said. It's a whole other experience. It's nothing like getting bit by a dog or getting thrown off a horse or anything, he said. Speaking of horses, Peterson and his wife Amber say that they have 5 horses along with them and half a dozen cows, 2 girls and a boy. They mentioned the horses and the cows before they mentioned, we got 2 kids, 2 girls and a boy. Apparently the bear was just aggressive and trying to get. He managed to get away. Wildlife officials came and tracked down the bear and euthanized it on Wednesday. Oh, this is Mr. Peterson is from a small, severe county town, Husharam, which I know where that is.
Yeah,
but so he's building a cabin somewhere in that area. Yeah. Let's see.
That's it.
Okay, we'll stop there.
Sports weather traffic.
I like this headline. Juventus players befuddled by visit with Trump at White House. Quote, I just want to play football, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they had no idea.
What players?
Juventus. Soccer team.
Members of the Italian soccer team Juventus visited President Trump in the Oval Office yesterday. Exactly why the gathering took place remains a mystery.
Yeah.
6 of the team's players and their coach and a handful of team executives and FIFA president stopped by hours before Juventus's FIFA Cup game against United Arab Emirates at Audi Field. Trump was presented with a Juventus jersey and one for next year's World Cup, which the United States will co-host with Canada and Mexico. But as Trump took questions from the media for about 15 minutes during the event, very little soccer is discussed. And there's a great photo of this. I don't know if you've seen it, Katie.
I haven't.
The soccer players, they all are behind him in the Oval Office, and they all have just this
puzzled look on the face. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Well, I'm sure what's his face, the president, that person,
Trump?
Yeah, that one. I forgot his name. I'm sure he has no idea who Juventus was anyway. So
players stood behind him patiently, fidgeting now and then, their faces quizzical as Trump answered questions mostly related to the potential of U.S. involvement in Israel's war against Iran. Later that night, speaking to a different group of reporters after their team's 5-0 victory, they called the White House experience, it was a little weird, and that the players weren't given the option of declining the visit. They told us we had to go and we had no choice, so I showed up. I just
That was FIFA who told them.
yeah,
yeah, I just want to play football, man.
Football.
And NBA not done. Oklahoma City was preparing for a celebration and they were denied. The Pacers beat them last night, 108-91.
Now, where was that game? Do you know?
Oklahoma.
That was in Oklahoma. So is the final game going to be in? It's going to be in Indiana, isn't it?
So Sunday, 6:00. Series is all tied up.
6 o'clock our time.
Yes.
Maybe I'll make that the first basketball game I've watched
You
all
should.
year.
It'll probably be really good, actually. The Salt Lake Bees, they lost last night to the Sacramento River Cats, 4-1. They play them again tonight, Saturday and Sunday. That's your sports weather. Let's see. It is hot still. 81 right now. Going to have a high of 95 today. The red flag warning still in effect because we do have some potentially gusty winds happening. That goes through 10 o'clock tonight. We cool off for the weekend, though, quite a bit, actually. Tomorrow, 78 for a high. Overnight low, 49. Are you kidding me? Sunday, high of 70. We do start creeping back up into the 80s for the first part of next week. That is your sports. Let's see. Traffic. Let me see if we've got anything new we need to tell you about. Eastbound SR 201 13th West. Crash northbound I-15 Main Street, North Salt Lake. Wondering what's happening 4th South and 7th East. If we have any Infinity members that are witness to that and can let us know, please text us 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at the coolest venues in town. Check out the Cat Empire with Theoretical Blonde this Friday, June 20th at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, coming up just after these messages, Victoria will be here on the phone to go over the secret lives of the Mormon wives.
Do we still have some of that whiskey available?
We sure do, but at least you don't have to watch it. She watches it for us.
Yeah.
So coming up just after these messages.
Tariffs, supply chain issues, inflation, car prices are going.
I was went to the phone store yesterday because there was a little icon on my phone that I didn't know exactly what it meant. I hadn't seen it before, and so I thought something might be wrong with my phone. And I go in there, and I was only there for 5 minutes because the person who helped me was very knowledgeable.
Was helpful.
And went, oh, this and this. Oh, look, here's what it is. For some reason you're mobile. It's like, there. Now it's gone. Here, fine. And but the person who helped me, her name was Heaven. And I said, is that your real name, Heaven? Is that your real? Yes, it is. And I would have liked to have chatted with her a bit more about that name. Well, why did your parents name you that? And has it caused you any problems?
Why would you think it would cause her problems?
It's because it's so lofty. It's unusual and it's lofty, and it's the kind of thing that a lot of kids would make fun of because kids will make fun of almost anything.
Just about anything, yeah.
My mother's name, Nola, her parents, my grandparents, named her that because they were looking for a name they didn't think kids would make fun of at the time. It didn't work. No, it didn't work. But that was a specific thought in their mind.
Yeah.
We want to give her a name that nobody will make fun of.
Yeah.
But I didn't get. I'd like to. I wonder if it causes her any problems.
It's my parents' favorite Talking Heads song.
I mean, I can think of other names that would give you more problems than Heaven would. Like
More like hell.
Like Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
That's,
Yeah.
that's Jermaine
Jermaine
Jackson's.
No, yeah,
name,
except
Your
if you're part of the Jackson family, nobody's going to give you crap
I guess
about
probably not.
It makes sense when.
There are a lot of people named Nevaeh,
that. Nevaeh, yeah. I've heard that.
which is heaven spelled backwards.
Oh,
That's
I
what
didn't know that.
is.
Nevaeh.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
and Prem is Merp spelled backwards. I
it doesn't help.
I'm going to name my
either
kid
way.
Prem.
This is a good reminder, though. We love to help you with baby names because
Yes.
we will run through all of the negative things that could possibly come from naming your child something. Or sometimes we have people that say that the parents are arguing about the name, and we'll help break the tie.
We'll help break the tie.
You can just email us your baby names,
Yeah.
radiofromhell@x96.com.
No, I liked that name, Heaven. I thought
I think it's a great
that's
name, yeah.
delightful. That's charming. It's sweet, but maybe you could name somebody Afterlife.
Well,
You know,
that's not a good name.
no,
Heaven's
well-
a good name. But
What are other words for heaven?
paradise?
Yeah, paradise.
The Andorian term is unpronounceable.
How about
To the Klingons, it's por favor.
celestial kingdom?
No, that's too long. It's-
Just celestial.
All right, 8:51.
Two things quickly. I had it backwards.
What?
They were in Indiana last night. They'll be in Oklahoma on Sunday for the NBA game. I had it backwards.
So
We don't have time to do any more. I just had it backwards.
okay.
Final game will be Oklahoma.
Perfect.
And Victoria, our chat with her is sponsored by Experience the Utah Arts Festival, June 19th through the 22nd at Library Square, featuring legendary performers including Leftover Salmon, Robert Randolph, Souls of Mischief, Grammy nominee MB Caldera. Get tickets at uaf.org.
well, here she is from the city of big shoulders, the hog butcher to the world.
The Windy City?
The Windy City. It is Chicago. She's Victoria. She's here to tell us about the Mormon Housewives show, and we don't have to watch it, thank God.
Don't.
I can't stand those people. But so we have two episodes to consider, 9 and 10, the Book of Reckoning and the Book of Salvation.
Yes.
Okay.
And at least based on right now, this looks like it's the end of season 2. However, we got it to be continued with some clips of upcoming content, and so I don't know if that means that there's a part 2 coming. So who knows? Maybe I'll be back soon. I know we're looking forward to that, but don't watch the show. Whatever you do, I got it.
Do you have any idea how much money these people make just for doing the show?
I would guess not more than like a couple 100,000 overall.
Mm-hmm.
So because then what they rely on is making money off of things they get from the show.
Yeah, that's
so
where
like,
the money is.
Yeah, so like Housewives, I know don't like. I think they make somewhere between like $100,000 to like $500,000 ish, and then shows like this make even less. And so, and I don't know what Hulu pays for their reality shows, but it's enough, but they use it to get other money.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
All right.
don't worry, it's not too much, but
Okay,
it's still
good.
too much.
All right. Yeah.
Anything's too much.
All right. So what's going on in these episodes?
So something I hate, and this will be the theme of my recap today. I hate overly produced reality shows, and I know they're all produced, right?
Sure.
But my vision is you get people together, you create situations, and you just let them go, right? And you cast them. You have people doing psychological profiles, hoping they'll create conflict. But when they start overly producing, and I can tell, I really, really hate that. I say trust your cast or don't do a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to suspend my belief, but just don't make it obvious. And so the two things I'm going to highlight from these two episodes are these incredibly overproduced moments that are gross and they're just dumb.
How are they overproduced then?
So here's what is, and so the headline is like you create a situation and try and create drama when it's not authentic. So what happened for the first one, is what they did. They played a game called Pregnancy Test Roulette. This is so awful. So Layla shows up and says she saw a game on TikTok, and maybe she did see it on TikTok, but like you don't have to play the game. And so she shows up with a bag full of pregnancy tests and says they're all going to pee on the sticks and then put them in a bowl without knowing whose test it is and read the results.
Oh, this is horrible. You're right.
It's so bad. And Layla says that this game's fun because someone in their group is always pregnant. So here's what the audience knows before this game is about to start. We already know that Macy is pregnant after going through IVF, and she just found out. And so if someone's been going through IVF, like, things are tenuous, right? You want to, like, be careful. The other thing we know is that Demi has been struggling with her infertility, and it's been about 4 years of her struggling with this. And so there's a risk of her being triggered.
Sure.
So we already know this going into the game, which is why I'm like, this is so produced. Like, we just wanted to create the situation for Macy to force the group to tell them about her pregnancy. While they're playing the game, there's actually 2 positive tests, which the audience doesn't know about up until this point. But when they read the second positive test, we get a flashback to production having filmed Michaela telling Macy she's pregnant, but she's not ready to tell the group. So this is so production trying to create a moment, and I don't appreciate it. And it does put these women in this tough situation they didn't want to be in the first place. However, they could have all been on board, right?
Yeah.
And if they are, they should have also produced it better, because Demi's crying, and then Macy and Michaela don't reveal their pregnancies. Everyone's just standing around like, who's pregnant, and they don't tell each other till later.
What I don't like about it is I have to think about there's a bowl full of sticks that have been peed on.
That is also a problem.
I don't like that.
So earlier in the season 2, someone wanted to announce their pregnancy by putting the pregnancy stick in a cake. So there's lots of pee sticks.
Oh, God help me.
None of these women should be having babies right now.
No.
None of them.
No,
not
at all. Not at all.
Do they still tie people's tubes?
They can.
Yes.
I think it has to be willingly.
Okay, next overly produced moment.
The other moment is there's this drama of who cheated, right? So there's this rumor all season that Demi made out with this guy from another reality TV show. And so Layla is again at the center of this drama, which tells me the producers are like, let's have Layla create this drama. And Layla's like, okay. So whatever, Layla, do better. So Layla goes to meet with this guy to find out the truth. She's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this rumor about Marciano and Demi. And so she meets with this guy, Marciano. He's on this show called Vanderpump Villa. Please do not watch this show. He is a total load. And so he tells her nothing really happened but Demi, but he does reveal that he's been hooking up with Jesse, and they're basically having an affair.
Oh.
Well, they look the
dramatic,
same,
like,
so that's why it's understandable that we would mistake them.
They do, exactly. He confuses them. I confuse them. I still make out with either one of them. And so to me, this guy like flew all the way to Utah to meet with Layla to reveal this. And Layla acted like she didn't know. And maybe she didn't know, but somebody knew, which is why they created this moment. So that's why I'm like, this is overly produced. Don't try and make me think that this is just, drama happening in the moment.
So did he fly to Utah and pee on a stick? That's what I want to know.
Anything's possible.
All right, we got to start wrapping it up here. What the nudity?
Okay, so we're on nudity watch for Bill. Just anyone just wants to know. And so the girls take a trip to New Orleans. They go to a burlesque show. There's lots of blurred out nudity, and a marijuana joint appears from an orifice, and somebody smokes it. So go check it out.
All right.
And then I did want to let Bill know that Julianne Moore is not naked in her latest movie, because I know that was a concern.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Wait. A joint appears from an orifice?
Yes. I don't know if I can say.
No,
yeah,
just
no,
let
you
it
can't.
be. Let it be.
I just caught that, so now I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick drinking game.
It's a burlesque show, so mysteries.
Yes.
Anyway, so the drinking game is look what you made me do. So you're going to grab at least one bottle of wine and make sure it's finished by the time you're done watching both of these episodes, because either you are enjoying being manipulated by the show or you don't like their little games. Either way, cheers.
All right. Where do people find you?
At Judgy Empath on Instagram.
Judgy Empath on Instagram.
Thank you, Victoria. You
Bye.
saved us for not having to watch this show.
I will never watch
I'm happy to serve.
Thanks, Victoria.
All
Julianne
right.
Moore. And Julianne Moore did not get naked. Many of her movies she does. She has no problem with it. But.
We're going to do the Boner recap coming up here. The prize is a chicken bucket.
Mm-hmm.
No chicken in the bucket, but we will put a Radio from Hell Diner style mug and a T-shirt and other prizes. Maybe Bill has another red pen. To
I
put
do
in
have.
there.
I actually have another red
Perfect.
ballpoint pen.
If you would like to do that, 877-602-9696. Quick traffic for you. Crash SR201 13th West in Salt Lake. I haven't heard a report on 4th South and 7th East. That could still be an issue. Let me know if you're around there and can see whether it's an issue or not. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or hastergames.com.
All right, boner recap coming up after these, 877-602-9696. Tracy Aviary.
The Boyds.
589 East 13th South. You know, it's in the southwest corner of Liberty Park.
Mm-hmm.
You can find out more at tracyaviary.org. We've had several Radio from Hell events there.
They have, they have bird shows there, and they have keeper demonstrations, animal encounters, behind-the-scenes exhibit tours, and over a dozen nature play opportunities while exploring 8 acres of themed stuff for birds. And it's really pretty there.
Yeah, they're there to protect the birds, too, through education and conservation. $1 from every ticket sold goes to Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. They contribute more than $120,000 a year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide through the fund.
You can learn more and plan your visit. Why don't you go there? It's cooler there, too, because it's all shady.
Yeah.
So why don't you plan your visit? Just go to tracyaviary.org. That's tracyaviary.org. Go and spend some time in the shade with the Boyds.
Did you know?
311. It's 9:08.
Yeah, that's what time it is in Kaysville, where Sharpay lives.
Sharpay.
Named after a dog?
No.
Named after Sharpay with the pink locker?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Got it.
Isn't a Sharpay a breed of dog?
It is.
Different Sharpay.
It is, but this is a different Sharpay with blonde hair.
All right.
We're still waiting for a caller for the Boner Recap, 877-602-9696.
You could win a Radio from Hell chicken bucket.
Yes.
A Radio from Hell chicken bucket does not contain actual chicken.
What it does contain is a Radio from Hell diner-style mug, a T-shirt, and what else can we throw
And
in there?
a red pen, a red Bic pen, not Bic, Pilot.
One of the
We can
water
throw
bottles.
in, so we have this new partner where you can have your logo, your event, something put on a water bottle, delicious water, and we can put this X96 one and this Radio from Hell one in the chicken bucket. By the way, that company, since I mentioned them, is called Master Water Specialists. Waterspecialist.net is where you can go to get them.
And you know, the Radio from Hell chicken bucket, when the prizes are taken out of the chicken bucket, it makes a fine hat. Makes a fine hat.
Because you haven't had chicken in it, it's not greasy.
Right.
You can put it
right.
you can put it on your head.
Who do we have there?
Oh, hang on. I think. Do you have Troy?
Is it Troy?
It's still Troy.
Hi,
Yes.
Troy. Hi. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. What are you doing?
Trying to work.
And you're trying to win a Radio from Hell chicken bucket full of random prizes, aren't you?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Troy, if you win that chicken bucket, you'll win it. You'll get the prizes. We also need you to take a picture of yourself with the chicken bucket on your head, as wearing it as a hat, and then send it to us. Radio from Hell at x96.com. We're going to make a gallery of people wearing chicken buckets as hats. You can do that, right?
Fantastic. Yeah. for sure.
Okay. All right. Troy, did you hear the boner candidates earlier?
No, unfortunately, I did not.
Well, let's see if you can do this then, because it was kind of weird and close voting. Boner candidate number one was airline passenger meltdown. A drunk passenger was handcuffed and dragged off of a Southwest Airlines flight after grabbing a woman's hair, throwing a fit. This was at LaGuardia Airport in New York. Leanna Perry was her name. Nobody is saying why she did this, but she was a horrible, she was like a wild animal.
She was spitting on her, pulling her hair.
Yeah. Then there was boner candidate number two. Richard Grinnell is a normal gay. He wants everyone to know he's a normal gay. He's not an abnormal gay. You can tell that I'm a normal gay because I voted for Donald Trump, he said. I'm friends with Melania Trump. I'm a normal gay. That was boner candidate number two. And boner candidate number three, whose job is it to be in a room when he passes the goods? This is the story of a man pulled over. He had robbed some diamond earrings from Tiffany. And he stole the earrings, and he was pulled over by the cops, and he put the earrings in his mouth and swallowed them. And they had to wait 2 weeks before they came out.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know whose job it was to be in the room when he passed the jewelry. But he did pass it, and they cleaned it up. And I hope they told people that it had been slightly damaged by fecal matter. But all right, those were the three candidates. Who, Troy, was the winner?
I would say number one.
You are correct, Troy.
That was a good guess.
Very good.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was close voting, very close. The candidates all got very, very equal number of votes, but number one pulled it out. And you are the proud owner of a Radio from Hell chicken bucket. The Radio from Hell chicken bucket does not contain actual chicken. Say thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You're so welcome, Troy. Hey, we're going to put you on hold. Hang on, and somebody will help you out with your chicken bucket.
Yes.
Just quickly, we got a text that says, heading to the Uintas to go camping, and my son Lincoln would love a shout-out. Listening to you guys on the way out of town. I hope we caught you before you're out of earshot.
Yeah.
But you should have a great camping weekend. It's going to cool off quite a bit. Camping when it's 100 degrees is not super fun.
The U-windows would be cooler anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be nice.
Yeah. And watch out, Lincoln. There's a Sasquatch up there somewhere.
There is not.
There's a Sasquatch roaming around up there, just looking for kids.
No, you'll be fine, Lincoln. Have a good time.
All right, if you say so, Gina.
I promise there's. No,
I heard there
I can't promise there aren't other critters.
I
but
heard there was a
promise.
Sasquatch up there, up there by Butterfly Lake.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Coming up after these messages, we have big boy news and innuendo and more. But first, Stockton 12 Honda.
I don't know how there could possibly be more than that. Let's see. Stockton 12 Honda, your number one Honda dealer. Stockton 12 has been voted Salt Lake City's best import new car dealer of 2025. So they've got great news for you, though. If you want to buy a car right now, trade-in values are at their peak. They are higher than they've ever been. Used car values are the highest that they've ever been. This is the best time in the world to trade in and get a new car. So the experienced appraisers out there at Stockton 12 Honda, they know they're ready to see you. They're ready to appraise your car, tell you how much they can give you for it, and how much you can put down on a new car. And check out the new CRV, Honda CRV while you're out there. They have a hybrid now. CRVs are great cars. I've got one that's several years old, and it's just terrific. But a hybrid model, that's what I'm going to go for next. Stockton 12 Honda. They are in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. Their neighborhood Honda dealer, Stockton 12 Honda.
All right, Artie, what are we going to do for the next secret contest?
I still built.
Members, you can transfer prescriptions at smithsfoodanddrug.com/payer update.
Stop! We interrupt this program with a special news bulletin.
Well, I stand corrected. First of all, I need to correct the news here. I've stated on many occasions that I believe Julianne Moore has appeared nude in most of her movies.
You've been corrected.
And I stand corrected, our researcher, some guy in the chat room. Julianne Moore has 110 acting credits and has appeared nude in only 10 things.
Oh.
And see, I thought she'd only done 10 movies.
She's pretty busy, Bill.
I was unaware of those other 100 movies, so thank you for that correction. I didn't know that. I also got this information from the chat room. Gaillard Sartain, the beloved Southern character actor from Hee Haw, Mississippi Burning, and Fried Green Tomatoes, who died at the age of 78, according to TMZ.
Who was he on Hee Haw?
Teresa Knox, CEO of the Church Studio in Tulsa, Oklahoma, says that Gaillard passed away Tuesday after a long decline in health. No official cause of death was revealed. Let's see. His wife, Mary Jo, volunteered at the church, remembered him as an extraordinary actor, artist, and comedian. He was a lousy husband, but he was... No, Victoria Hallman, who played Miss Honeydew on the TV show Hee Haw, said that Gaillard was like a big brother to her and made everyone on the set laugh so hard they had to redo takes because the caliber of humor on Hee Haw was at the peak. I don't know
who he played.
I think he just played various roles. He was a utility guy. Whatever they needed him to do, he did. He was in the 3 Ernest movies. Ernest Gets the Willies and Ernest Steals Christmas and all of those.
What's his name again?
Gaillard.
Gaillard?
His name is Gaillard Sartain. Gallard Sartain. He's also referred to here, Gina,
yes,
as the beloved character actor, Southern character.
I recognize him.
He's the guy in the overalls in that Hee Haw picture. Yeah. He's Gaillard Sartain.
Okay.
All right. He's no longer...
It's a great name, by the way.
He's no longer walking the earth. SpaceX rocket being tested in Texas exploded Wednesday night, sending a dramatic fireball high into the sky. The company said that the Starship experienced a major anomaly. No kidding. While on the test stand preparing for the 10th flight test at Starbase, SpaceX's launch site at the southern tip of Texas. A safety clear area around the site was maintained throughout the operation. All personnel were safe. Nobody injured. People are worried, though, about the environmental impacts that a huge explosion like that might have. But SpaceX says, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Well, it's official.
What?
Scientists have confirmed what is inside the moon that orbits the Earth.
It's cheese, right?
No, it's no.
No?
No. It's not cheese.
What is it?
It's nougat.
Oh, delicious.
Now, a thorough investigation published in May of 2023 found that the inner core of the moon is, in fact, a solid ball with a density similar to that of iron. This researchers hope will help settle a long debate about whether the moon's inner heart is solid or whether it's cheese or nougat. And
magma? Could it be magma?
There might be. Some thought it was molten, so that would be magma. But a more accurate understanding of the moon's history, by extension, that of the solar system. So there you go. Let's see. This is a weird story. 73-year-old former police detective has been found dead in mounds of debris that filled her Connecticut home more than 7 months after she was reported missing. The remains of Mary Notarangelo were discovered in her house in Glastonbury in February after multiple attempts to locate her since July of 2024. Hoarding conditions had inhibited previous searches for the woman. So apparently
she was underneath.
Yeah, apparently they'd gone to her house to try and search for her, and they'd open the door and they go, "No, we're not going in there." Nope. She retired from the Bridgeport Police Department in 1996 until an excavator and work crews were brought in, and they found Notarangelo under a pile of debris near the front door of the building, which had 6 feet of trash at the entrance.
So it wasn't even like deep inside. It was right by the front door.
Yeah. Nope, I'm telling you, people would open the front door and go, nope, not going in there. The house was filled with debris as well as dead birds in cages and live mice.
Yeah.
The state medical examiner's office could not determine the cause of death because her remains were mostly skeletal. Yeah, it's a tragic and strange story.
This makes me want to go home and purge stuff.
It makes me want to go home and find a pile to lie under.
A comfortable pile.
I need a pile to lie under. Miley Cyrus is spilling some Hannah Montana stories.
Oh.
With one core memory of dear old dad, Billy Ray. Still has her laughing and maybe cringing. Chatting with mom Tish and sis Brandy on their... They have a podcast.
Everybody has a podcast.
It's called Sorry, We're Cyrus.
That's kind of funny.
Miley recalled one unforgettable moment. Everyone on the show thought she was smoking pot, but it was actually her dad, Billy Ray.
Thanks, Dad.
She says it's hilarious now, though at the time, I don't remember it as being hilarious. I was not happy.
I'm surprised Disney would allow that.
I don't think they. I think that he probably did it once, and he said he'd never do it again. Tish was in. That show was so popular. He probably could have walked around naked, and they would. Disney
Whatever you want to do, Billy Ray.
I mean, it really was. That it was huge for them. Superman star David Corenswet.
He's the new Superman.
Yeah. Choosing adventure runs in the family. His maternal grandfather, Edward Packard, came up with the idea for and wrote several of the Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Oh, I used to love those.
Which allow readers to make decisions about what happens by jumping to different parts of the story.
Yeah, it would be like the end of the chapter. Okay, do you want the character to go upstairs or downstairs, and you'd follow a whole different?
Yeah, he was a lawyer. His grandfather was a lawyer. In 1991, an article about him, Packard, a former lawyer who commuted to New York from Connecticut, recalled the specific night in 1969 that spurred the idea. I asked my girls what Pete, my mythical hero, should do in the next story, he said, adding that his kids each chose something different. On the train the next day, I thought, what had happened if I just wrote all of those endings?
And it's like you'd get these books, and it's like having 3 books in one, because then you'd reread it and choose different.
Yeah, I'm not
because it would
familiar
say
with
at the end, if you want him to go right, turn to page 36, and if you want him to go left, turn to.
I used to get so confused with those books, but they're fun now.
Yeah.
One book became a series. The books have sold hundreds of millions of copies, been translated into dozens of languages. And, so it was his grandpa. Corenswet said he was a fan of the books himself. I read them growing up. Anytime we would visit Grandpa's house, they'd be around. They were amazing books. Bruce Springsteen says it's true. There are full electric versions of his acoustic record, Nebraska.
Like it's recorded on?
Yeah, it exists.
Huh.
So Nebraska was a really odd album and change for Springsteen. Every song on it was acoustic, and it's a dark kind of brooding record. Nebraska, but people said the band did the record, and Bruce thought I want to pare it down. I want to make it simpler. But those sessions still exist, he said, and
well, he'll release them sometime.
Yeah, I think they might come out sometime. Speaking of Bruce Springsteen, he said. He was very nice. He would go to the set of the movie about him. What's it called? The
one that Jeremy White's doing.
Yeah, the one it's ready to go. And he said I would go to the set sometimes, and Jeremy Allen White was very nice and treated me very well, and said he was wonderfully tolerant of my visits.
I am sure if you asked Jeremy wouldn't say I was being tolerant of Bruce Springsteen visiting the set. I'm sure Jeremy would say we loved it when he was there.
Springsteen said, what was it like seeing someone else play a younger version of you? And he said, I'm sure it's much worse for the actor than for me. Jeremy Allen White was very, very tolerant of me the days that I would appear on the set. He told Jeremy Allen White, look, anytime I'm on the way, just give me a look and I'm on my way home. The days that I got out there, he was wonderfully tolerant with me being there, and it was fun. We had a good time. It was enjoyable. Yeah, there you go, Bruce Springsteen. And
One more?
Neil Young and his band. He has a band that's fairly new called Chrome Hearts. Kicked off their 2025 Love Earth Tour on Wednesday in Sweden. The set list featured a number of songs that Neil Young has not performed live for many, many, many years. He did Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young stuff. He did a song called Looking Forward for the first time since 2000. He did when he had the band Crazy Horse, he did some of that. Then he did Harvest Moon, which is a really beautiful song. Old Man, take over my life. I'm a lot like you are. I liked Neil Young, except I couldn't stand that song. But he did a lot of old songs for fans. Cinnamon Girl. Hey,
We were just talking about Cinnamon Girl, that Typo Negative has a version of.
Yeah.
My rock and roll will never die. Yeah, so there you go. That's the news.
A weather brought to you by Cascade Collision Repair, Utah's leader for certified repairs. Get a free estimate online at cascadecollision.com or in person, including their newest location in West Valley. We're still under a red flag warning. That is because not only is it hot, 95 for a high, but we will have wind gusts, possibly as high as 30 miles an hour. That is a recipe for fire disaster, so be extra careful with that today. Good news is we have a beautiful cooling off weekend, 78 tomorrow, overnight low 49, Saturday night, Sunday, only going to get up to 70 for a high. Then we start warming back up into the 80s for the first part of next week. Now through June 22nd, buy 3 Big O brand tires, get 1 free. Visit your locally owned and operated Big O Tires today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
The freedom of the open road is a big attraction for motorists.
I've already forgotten your name. Tell me again.
Robert Scott Smith.
Robert Scott Smith, which is an actor's name for sure. Salt Lake Acting Company, the summer show. Cynthia, so great to see you again.
Oh, fantastic to see you.
You choreographed me as Enid Green 12 years ago, and that was maybe your first time at Salt Lake Acting Company, or close to it.
Bill, was it 12 years ago, or
Yeah,
22 or 32 years ago?
Yeah, no, we figured it out. It was 12 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I thought it was so much longer.
I thought it was longer too.
Yeah,
but
well, I started in '94 actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, choreographing,
Mhm.
and so I thought that was in the late '90s.
No.
I thought
Probably.
you and our relationship went way back.
It does. It does.
Well, it's because we're old souls.
Yes.
So the great shows every year. Salt Lake Acting Company does the summer show, a parody of musical. What is it this year?
This year, it's based on our famous reality TV shows, which we have about 3 in Utah right now.
Mhm.
Ours is called The Secret Lives of the Real Wives in the Salt Lake Hive, based on the secret lives of the Mormon wives.
Now the actual shows are so crazy. How hard is it to make it crazy enough to be one of Salt Lake Acting Company's shows?
Yeah, I have to tell you, as a director, it was the challenge. Like, they're already lifted more than our being a human being. How do we do that without being ridiculous? Well, I think we found it. I think our actors, we just go deeper in the humanity of these women, and the basic idea of the play is they lost their venue for their product launch to Trump, and we have to find a new venue. So that brings us to a whole world of seeing the quirky, weird stuff that lives in Utah.
And describe what you do as an actor in the show.
Yeah, I play several characters in the show. So my favorite is Joseph Smith. So bringing Joseph Smith into the world, how can you not have that opportunity with the secret lives of these wives?
Let me guess. Joseph Smith is kind of intrigued and sort of likes what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of perfect. A reality show with Joseph Smith, I think, would be ideal. I think it would be a huge hit right now. And then I've got some, Senator Curtis, and then I'm also playing Ryan Smith because, how can you not have a new venue if you don't include the Smith family in this?
Yeah.
See, this is what Salt Lake Acting Company does. They take Utah's such a rich environment for parody, and you pull stuff from sports and politics and TV, and all of it fits.
It's also a living, breathing script. We've already had to change it twice because Elon and Trump broke up, so we had to change it. We're talking about Mike Lee somewhere, and I'm like, nope, not on our stage, but we might have a way to mention that.
He's got to be based. Mike Lee has got to be in there somehow. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't remember when we did the show all those years ago. Were there a lot of changes? There were probably changes then too. You had to update things here and there.
Yeah, well, one thing in those days that show was written day of. We would stay up till 2 a.m. and get the ideas, and then Al and Nancy would go write it day of, and then we would rehearse it. So every day was a change in those days.
Right. Oh, that's
yeah.
right. I remember.
So,
Nancy always coming in with new script pages. And,
yeah.
It's really amazing how you people like you can pull all that together, though, with talented actors. I was watching the tape of me as Enid Green, pregnant Enid Green. Is my picture still on the wall?
It will be on Sunday, June 29th.
So, on Sunday, June 29th, we are going to be doing a Not Safe for Work podcast recording at Salt Lake Acting Company before the performance. And explain to people, if people have never been before, we've been saying you can bring a picnic, you can bring drinks. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we invite people to bring what we would say a picnic, bring a beverage of choice, bring some food, and really just have an opportunity to enjoy the show and just, relax and really take part in laughing at the culture and the politics of the day. But, bring a picnic.
One year I brought a whole shaker full of martinis, and the actors didn't seem to care at all that I would shake it occasionally and hear the ice clinking, and I pour another martini.
Yeah, this isn't a stuffy show.
No,
not at all.
It's a party and a play.
Yeah, and there is some audience interaction and things like that.
Yeah, that's the best part, is when we can actually interact with the audience. And maybe Joseph Smith might, partake of some of those nibbles or drinks.
Yeah, and about the development part of putting on a world premiere show that's only been written in months. It has taught me everything I know about life and theater and why I can run a theater company. But it also is an ensemble endeavor. Like the actors have a huge responsibility in how developing the play. And I'm so grateful that Rob Scott, who is like in the arts community, Salt Lake City royalty, to say yes to come to our summer show these past couple years, because it really has helped inform and inspire the actors and all of us of what the how to do this show, because it's different than any other parody. I think, because it can't be just ridiculous and mugging for no reason. It has to be smart, because our audience is so smart and they smell it when it's like fake, you know. So I'm very grateful.
So it's the annual musical satire summer show at Salt Lake Acting Company. You can get tickets. It runs through June 25th through August 17th. You can get tickets for any of those performances, but we would like you to come to ours, which is on the 29th. It's a Sunday matinee. We'll do a Not Safe for Work podcast, and it just occurred to me, I would hope that you guys will, while we're doing that podcast, we'll sort of throw some things at us
well, we're also planning on having at least one of them join us at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to surprise us with something like I'm not sure what I mean, but a surprise
Bill
is
wants
always
to be
nice.
involved.
Throw some lettuce at him, and I think he'll be happy.
It's to see how I respond. I think
Bill wants to be involved.
Yeah. So you can go to our website, x96.com, and click on that banner that says Salt Lake Acting Company Not Safe for Work podcast.
There's a big button that says buy tickets here. And you can actually enter to win a VIP table for 4 there too. But I would buy your tickets. Don't count on winning those.
And then if people that can't make that, how else can they get tickets?
Yeah, through our website, saltlakeactingcompany.org. And also we have a green room that you can have your private party. You have it all night, and that's free. We have a deck you can reserve. So bring a group of, to get the whole green room or deck, because you have to have 20 or more. You can reserve half the green room. So, I mean, where can you get that?
I haven't seen the renovations you've done yet. So.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Leopard carpet, Bill.
What?
Leopard carpet.
Really?
Yeah.
I know who did that. So join us, Salt Lake Acting Company. It's just great fun. I'm glad to see you all again. Glad to be involved again, and maybe next year I'll do another. Or, just if you call me, I might say yes.
I hope so. Okay. I was like the biggest fan, and I got to choreograph you. It was like I was the starting of my choreography career in a way. So it was a lot of fun. So
Cynthia, for people who don't know, spent how many years touring with the production of Cats?
A chorus line.
Or a chorus line, sorry. Chorus line.
I was in it altogether for 11 years, but on Broadway for 6. I closed the show.
On Broadway, and then toured. And I said, what was that like? And she said, it was great, and I made a good living touring around the country. And I thought, geez, that would be wonderful.
I don't think I've gotten on a plane since.
Enough. You had enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we're lucky to have you here and lucky to have this production.
Thank you. So good to see all of you.
Thank you, guys. All right, coming up after these messages and a song, we are going to crawl toward the weekend.
We have Boner of the Week we got to do.
Oh, we do have Boner of the Week. That's right. Dave is here, and we'll do Boner of the Week, and then we'll crawl towards the weekend after these.
Todd Newcomb knows a thing or two.
Very good, Bill.
How about that?
It's time to do a boner of the week.
All right, let's do that. Dave is here. So I was wondering why he was standing there. Now I know. It's time to do boner of the week. Dave, the flower guy, has joined us in the studio. Hi, how are you, Dave?
Fine.
What is that jersey you're wearing there, that shirt?
It's
Kansas
City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs. It's basketball season, Dave. Not football. All right. All right. Dave is here to select boner of the week for us. Dave is a hardworking man who sells flowers around town. You got some today?
Yeah.
So you're going to go up to Ivy's and get them?
You can go up to Ivy's and get them.
Okay, that's on
Boutique.
Boutique on 3rd South and 4th East.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, you ready to select boner of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Boner candidate number 1 for Monday. Mike Lee impressively proves what an awful person he is. This is the whole thing of him making jokes about the assassination of those politicians in Minnesota. Yeah. Boner candidate number 2. I'm afraid this is my fault. This is another wonderful politician we have here in Utah, who I said this guy Trevor Lee. I'm betting he will go after the Harvey Milk Boulevard we have here in Salt Lake because he heard about them taking the name Harvey Milk off of Navy ship. Harvey Milk was a gay activist and he was assassinated. He was a politician in San Francisco. He and the mayor were shot dead by some guy. Remember the guy's defense in that? It was called the Twinkie defense.
Oh, yeah.
He said he had too much sugar and he had whatchamacallit, the opposite of diabetes.
The opposite of
hyperglycemia? Yeah, hypoglycemia. He had hypoglycemia, and that's what caused him to assassinate those people. Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. The president is so funny. Oh, that Maria Bartiromo fell for a fake tweet about Trump and said, "Hey, you guys, no kings. You're trying to take my position away as king." And he didn't say it, but she gushed about how funny he was, thinking he said that. Boner candidate number 4 from yesterday. Meemaw makes us stay in the dog cage. The grandmother keeping the grandchildren in a cage. And drugging them up a little bit.
So they'd sleep so she could go out.
Yeah, so she could go out. And then boner candidate number 5 from today, the airline passenger meltdown. Dave, which one is the worst?
Number 4.
Meemaw. Meemaw keeps us in a cage. Yeah. So she can go out. Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Everything okay? Oh, somebody stole your radio.
Yeah. Quit stealing stuff from Dave.
People are mean.
Someone stole. He had like radio headphones he'd wear when he's driving around town.
They were yellow.
Somebody stole them.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Second time, Dave.
I know.
Oh man.
They said, from now on, David, take me and with you.
Yeah, don't leave anything on your scooter.
Oh, now wait. Did you just leave him sitting on your scooter and go?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you should be able to do that without people stealing it.
Yes, you should be able to do that. You also shouldn't have to lock your doors.
This world is mean now.
You should, as a matter of fact, you should be able to leave all the doors in your house open, saying anyone who wants to come in, come on in. Just don't take anything. Right?
You should.
You should be able to.
Yeah. I was always raised to lock the door. My parents always.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see something real quick? Because Carrie's been in Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know where my wife got these.
Malona's?
Maybe at Costco. Okay. It's an ice cream bar.
I have seen those at the Asian market.
Well, maybe that's where she got them because she shops there a lot.
I shop at the Asian market a lot.
These are delicious.
Are they?
And they're in different flavors.
Like mochi kind of?
They're ice cream, sort of ice cream bars, and they're made in South Korea, which is why I brought it up because Carrie's been in South Korea. And this is melon flavored. Then there's strawberry ones and other flavors. But, man, they're good. I ate 2 of them last night.
I'll have to go see if I can find those. I need to go get chicken feet and duck feet for Vax and Lucy.
Oh,
fresh.
You have to get chicken feet and duck.
Yes, fresh raw chicken feet and duck feet are very good for dogs' teeth. It acts like a toothbrush with the bones, but then the tendons and ligaments are like floss.
Wow,
that's why his teeth are actually pretty nicely kept.
And if the dogs don't want them, you can use them to make soup.
Yeah, you should. I'm not kidding. You should try it for Riley and Oakley.
Dave, you might try cleaning your teeth with chicken feet and duck feet. No.
I don't recommend for humans.
Okay, all right. I should be looking for the promo,
Yes.
shouldn't I? Instead of talking about ice cream bars.
I want one now, though.
Oh, they're really good. Man, I can't see.
It says
I think I've gone blind. There it is. Okay.
We hope you're enjoying your first official weekend of summer.
Do we have any popsicles?
I don't think so.
We really should have popsicles.
Go out and get yourself some popsicles, then meet us back here Monday morning for Radio from Hell on X96. I didn't even know you were going to bring up the...
Yeah, these are ice cream bars, but I'm going to stop on the way home, and I'm going to get some just popsicles. Do they just have regular popsicles still?
Yeah.
The kind you break in half? And
Some guy says those ice cream bars are at Costco. And yes, they do still have those. Just the regular popsicles.
Yeah, I want a banana popsicle.
Old-timey popsicle.
They're just at the bottom of
Twin
all
pop.
the freezers.
Twin pop, isn't that what they're
something
called?
like that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ari and Spencer in the producer's booth. Appreciate you guys a lot. As Carrie would say, live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
We really should have popsicles.